We're live.
Are we live?
Expo 2TS. I'm
Does
trying to
it
read this
happen?
code and see what the fuck it's doing. There's like a constructor there. And 40. I don't know.
Det decoding? Yeah, det encoding.
Yeah.
It will never be decoded. It is the alpha, it is the omega, it is the spaghetti code known as Jitsi, but damn, it's a good product. It's just not documented anywhere.
You can't decode it, you can only F code it.
How do you configure Jitsi? You blindly change shit until something starts working, then you leave it the hell alone.
Until an update breaks it.
Yes, then repeat. How's it going, everybody? We got a show for you tonight. We should be back. Our bandwidth's in good places. We're talking about VR 2.0. That's a thing. Steam is back to banning AI, but not the kind of AI-generated stuff that you generally would think about. EA is going to kill all of your games on Steam Deck. Counter-Strike 2 is here. And we all throw up in VR because that's how we rock and roll. And Pedro is going to be everybody's favorite gamer.
Yes.
He came.
The gamers.
Big cum.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, we're just playing around. Doing that thing. Hey, we're going to kick over to live. Let's do that. Let's see who's paying attention. Mike was.
Hi, Mike G.
That's
You're
how you-
so cute.
That's how you find out the real people. Joe and Truggy's just posers, man. They're like, I don't know.
I don't know. Joe is probably like balls deep in like some fucking
Overwatch
wrestling
2.
match or hockey match that he's
Right.
like broadcasting. I really do want to see the fuck up where like it's like the Super Bowl and Joe's on like the staff and it's like very high pressure, but LGC's on. And he accidentally switches to that in the middle of the fucking halftime show or like right on the final seconds of the game.
Oh, no. It was like, I just want to see, like, you know, one of his underlings messes something up in the network and just see Joe, like, tossing somebody out of a, like, skybox.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're listening to Twitch. I mean, that's
Makes you a little twitchy there, Scott.
I don't have any problem with that. I listen to people on Twitch all the time. I just don't. I know I'm fully aware Twitch has an audio only thing. That's neat, but you know what? If I can hear it, I'm listening to it. That's how it works. It'd be like that. Gentlemen. What, oh yeah, and we're gonna talk
I
about
need to go back into Cyberpunk when they finally stop fucking around with the base mechanics.
They're done. That's the last update.
Yeah,
good.
2.0. So,
Done.
yeah, I'm gonna go back to it after I finish BG3.
I played around with it long enough to dunk on Strider with my Gen 1, my Athlon, my Ryzen 1600 MP is what I'm calling my CPU now, because that's factually what it is. And a 3060 beat up his 2600G. And whatever new AMD video
He's
card
got
he
a
has.
7800.
7800.
Yeah.
Not by much, mind you. And again, we were doing like maximum YOLO, don't do this.
With the RTXs, yes.
Yeah.
Which sort of explains why the NVIDIA did slightly better.
Yeah, gotta wait till Black Friday. Like the 77s, 7800s are out. There's gonna be a deal now. The plan was to do this last year, but AMD decided no. How about just $1,000 video card for the better part of a year? Because fuck you, that's why.
How dare you besmirch $999?
You
So
could get the
that shit right.
69. You could get the 6900 for the same as the 4070.
But I need that AV1 that I can't use anymore.
Well, and that was the thing. There were a couple moments where it's like I could just grab a really cheap 6800 or 6900 and just be done with it. But I'm like, I've waited this long.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with the 6700 for the foreseeable future.
It is, man. Like, I mean, moments of weakness, dude. What was a couple of weeks ago? I saw a fucking 2080 Ti going for like $300 on eBay. Buy it now.
That's a good one.
I was like, no.
I would do that shit.
I thought about it, man. I was like, no, I have to take it apart, repaste, because that's like a 6-year-old
Yeah.
card now at this point.
It is. You might
Yeah.
need to stick it in the oven for a little bit.
Right. And I'm like, yeah, $300
Right.
and
And
dies.
Scott was saying those 20 series have board sag issues.
Right. Like, for step one, buying a used 2080 Ti is take that damn thing apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, step one is plug it in, make sure it works. If it doesn't, send it back immediately before
yeah.
you do anything.
not even that. Step one, you plug it into one of your spare boards.
Yes.
Like I do with any video capture. Anything I fucking buy, I got a system. I'm like, I don't care if it smokes you. Jiggle?
Jiggle. I'm supposed to message you in the chat when you need to jiggle the Jitsi thing.
All right.
I'm just this is a practice. I'm testing because it happened.
You know,
all right, while
maybe,
you're jiggling, I'm gonna go get a drink.
yeah, we got a little bit in the pre-show. You know what I can cut down is, see, this is what's driving me crazy because we have plenty of bandwidth now. Bandwidth's not a problem. Like Jordan's even getting it's still coming in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just saying, it's still saying,
No mas.
can you just like find a way? That's what we need to find is a way to just disable that overlay because that's all it's doing is covering up the video.
Is that
right?
Mash F12 the next time it happens. See if I can highlight it. Delete it. Completely break the Jitsi web app. Like, so if I randomly drop in the middle of a segment, you'll know what happened.
We just
for science,
right? Like, well, we've tested that data point.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting sending all the data bits. It's just Jitsi's like no.
It's just not having it. Yeah,
and I got it on the Raspberry Pi here,
it.
which means it's in my damn network, which I have all the monitoring on in my dashboard and my MikroTik, so I know all the data bits are going in and out correctly, and everything's set up correctly in the queue, and all the ports are being forwarded. Jitsi's like, nah. Display none. I mean, really, the only thing I can think of doing is also I cannot. Here's one thing: I cannot get it to use VP9 on a Raspberry Pi. Which is great. I don't know.
I wonder if that's like a hardware acceleration thing. Like maybe would it do that on the Pi's GPU or?
I don't know.
If it needs to like transcode or whatever.
Right. Well, see, we're not transcoding either. Because I have Simicast disabled.
Okay.
Which is something else I could see. That's one of the things because it's seeing like it's spastic. If it sees a drop, it'll just switch to that because that I've read enough of the post by the two people who maintain Jitsi. That is their preferred method, as opposed to, heaven forbid, you ever have a video glitch or audio glitch. It just
it's a little too quick on the trigger.
The default. And if we were doing simulcast, it would be sending out 2 to 3 streams. So it doesn't have that option to fail back. There's a couple of things we can do to tune it.
Okay.
This is what I planned on doing last week.
Charter had other plans.
Charter wasn't having it. Instead, we finished doing the show with Discord.
Brought to you by Charter Business.
Right. Oh, man. They got it fixed by, it was fixed by Sunday morning. As all things would happen naturally.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately after you don't need it.
100%. Like, you know what? I didn't even check the speeds after we got done with the show because I knew what it was going to be and I was going to be mad.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to go to bed, guys. Get some rest. One of the things I'm going to do is dial back on our configs because I think we're using, you're getting VP8 right now, right?
Am I?
Should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to remember where in Jitsi
I just wiggle the cursor
located
around until I get some things on it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's not like they change the location of that fucker like every 3 months too.
So, how's everybody doing? Anybody have any fun games to play? Anything crazy going on?
I got something that I'm saving for the for the show.
All right.
Yeah.
Hot. I got a preferred codec VP9 and it's like, what? Oh, I do have H.264 just disabled. Max bitrate for VP8 is 3 megabits. So I'm going to change that to 25 megabits, 2.5 megabits. Thank you for the follow, random Linux user, not to be confused with totally identifiable Linux user.
Yes. Oh man. So this is the sweatshirt from the Mystery Science Theater season 10 Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I ordered it when I was way fatter, and now I feel like I'm in someone's boyfriend's hoodie.
You get comfy clothes.
Yeah. It's all billowy and loose. But what's funny is like the shoulders fit perfectly, everything else not so much.
Dude, it's like this, but yeah, right? If I just rip the back out of it. But it's starting to get cold. Not cold. It's comfortable. It's beautiful. If it just stayed this temperature all the time right now, I'd be very content. Maybe another 2 degrees cooler, but
Yeah. It was a spicy summer.
it was brutal.
Not here.
You live in the UK where they haven't invented the sun
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
So
They
Like
canceled
last year it hit 42 and the runways melted into airport.
Get back to me when you can go skating on the fucking Thames, man.
Yeah. Like, you know, get a proper freeze over. That'd be nice.
alright, I'm gonna grab a beverage.
All right. Hopefully it doesn't grab back.
Actually,
Or maybe it does, and you're into that.
I don't know, man. Depending on what time it was. Like, if it's in the middle of the day and I grab a beverage and it grabs back, I'd be like, I'd cool with it. But if it was like one of those, like waking up at like 2:45 in the morning, it's like I need something to drink and don't have my head together, I don't need to punch my icebox, man. Like, I'm not awake enough to fight the attack first, ask questions later at that point. We're just like, nope, just swing at it. See if it takes care of the problem.
Yeah, no, there was a little bit of a late summer in September, and yeah, that was it. It hit 30. I think it was 35 here. It was as hot as it got. And the fellow Jitzer videos down. I'll do the jiggle too.
And look at the thing, though, because I'm still sending you video.
Yeah, I immediately moused over it. Like you're sending me 318 kilobits per second, and I'm sending you 3003.
But see, I'm sending you, right? Like right now, I can tell you on my network, I'm sending you 3 megabits up. So, this is what I was talking to Jordan. I'm like, the video's still there. It's just putting an overlay over.
Did they not have an option to disable the notification?
That's
Just
what
show
Jordan
me
and I were
whatever
discussing.
test pattern you got going on.
Yeah. Show more, because my connection to you is excellent.
Yeah, no, I got green ticks.
We're using UDP for the transport. See, I can just jiggle it. Did it pop back up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that just sends it some random signal. I've never played Pepsi Man. I've watched other people play Pepsi Man. It's like,
Yes,
is that a real game?
I've watched the playthrough.
That was kind of wild. Alright. I don't know. See, this is what frustrates you. But this is the tuning that we were going to do last week to play around with it. That's what I was telling Jordan when Pedro got up. Pedro was like, I have all the data points because it's inside the house now. Like I know everything's working. I can show you that everything's working. All the data is coming through. And that's what drives you crazy when it's like, nah.
Oh, hey, bud. That took a bit.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
13 minutes, somewhere in there.
And fellow Jitzer video was turned off to save Ben.
Do you have any ports available? Open?
uh,
Are you on Chrome?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I forwarding any ports? I don't think so.
Well, the one thing I can test is simulcast. Simulcast?
Simulcast.
Simulcast? I'm trying to complicate these words. Maybe put some extra vowels in them.
Port.
Port.
What's my IP address again?
You just write it out in chat for us.
Yeah, it's the internal one anyway, so. Okay, 82. Okay, so I am forwarding 40397.
What does a Jitsi want? What port? 10,000 UDP. If you can sling that to your box, that might help.
10,000 UDP?
Oh, port forwarding?
Well, that's the one Jitsi will use if I can get a hold of it.
Okay.
10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. Protocol, just UDP?
Mm-hmm.
On. Okay, this may pick me up.
Childhood.
Yeah, it depends. Some routers are just like, yes, this is IP tables. I'm going to inject a rule, and some are like, I need to reboot my entire router in order to apply this change.
Well, I mean, listen, Truggy, that's the whole thing with bouncy castles is like that's like straight up Roman arena for a child.
Oh yeah, dude. That shit's an ab workout too. Fuck.
Let me reboot Jitsi on my end.
Alright. What is my IP address on this LAN? Oh, that's the wrong server. I'm like, I don't have a public IP on this box. What the fuck? Oh, right.
It was like the bouncy castles were like the Colosseum, man. Like, you just get into chaos at a bouncy castle, especially if it had walls on it so nobody could, like, peek in. You're like, wow, wham.
Alright,
I can see
protocol
things again.
is
Alright.
UDP internal ports 10,000 1,000.
Blind Guardian?
Yeah, the shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, no, I got my Blind Guardian shirt on.
Yeah. For colorblind
Hawaiian
people, yeah.
Blind Guardian.
Yeah.
Pedro's got his Blind Guardian headphones on, yeah.
And it's gone again.
Alright. So, I am gonna give this thing a little redo real quick. And what I've done is, like, I've dialed it down because I cranked it all the way up to 3 megabits. So we're going to pull it down to 2.5 and see if you guys can handle that. Without it getting too crazy.
Too spicy.
Yeah. There's going to be a happy spot we'll hit.
Happy little Bob Ross medium.
Right. So we got that set for, I got low at 200K, standard at 500, and high at 2.5, which is still much higher than the default. The default's like 1. Yeah, like, no, you guys can just chill out. I'm going to take the Jitsi server down in 3, 2, 1. Just me. All right. Let's bring this back up. Boom, jet up. I know you're just tuning in and you're like, man, what are they doing? Like, WebRTC server configs on a Linux show? What? I know, it's crazy. We should be telling you how to use Windows subsystem for Linux or something. I don't know. The Jitser has joined the meeting. It's working on it. Maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe even Pedro can hear us. We have no idea.
Yes, I can.
He's who's the guy? Feels like if I don't say anything or move, you can't see me. Like Drax.
I was looking at the overlay stats because it was just NA. So I was like, okay, you're going to show some actual speeds.
Whoops.
Oops.
Fine, whatever. Oh, can I? Hang on. Even though I'm behind 6 boxies, I still don't want people like hammering on the box just to be like,
Oh yeah, I saw you posted the video of what happened to Boxy. I didn't watch it. What did happen to Boxy?
I didn't watch it either. I was I was explaining to the youth because I made the joke and I'm like,
who a Boxy was?
you can't get to me. I'm behind 7 boxies, and they're like, what? And I'm like, that was a funny joke, you children. So then I had to go like, what's a boxy? And I'm like, MySpace days, kids. Here, let me tell you a tale. Like, have you
thought
ever?
Boxy was a 4chan lady, wasn't she?
Oh, I don't.
4chan had a bit of a crush on Boxy.
What I'm trying to do is establish a timeline of when Boxy existed, and more people were familiar with MySpace than 4chan.
Yes.
In fact, there were a couple of competing factions within 4chan because of Boxy.
My password is not as complex as 12345. Our super secret password is a time-honored tradition.
It's the same password you'd use to join us to play video games.
It's a trade secret at LGC.
Yes.
That's why the 3 of us cannot be on the same aeroplane. Or it'll be lost to time.
I thought it was just because the TSA doesn't want me on planes
There's
anymore.
always that. Yeah, I mean, you bring that up, but... Oh, man. Yeah, our next mission is to figure out why we can't do VP9, because that bugs me. I wonder if I can do VP9 on a Raspberry. Yeah, that's right, brain. That's right. Work out a reason.
You could load up Chromium.
Well, I was trying to get it to work with internal testing, just like P2P and stuff on the LAN. Wasn't having it.
Hello, Jitzer's been turned off to save bandwidth.
Yep. Are we coming through, though?
Yeah, you guys are coming in fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just do it with no return video, right?
Well, I want to test out a couple things until we get this sorted.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cool.
I got no objections.
Where
None.
is Okay, disable simulcast. False. FALSE.
It's back.
Yeah, it never goes away, man. I'm constantly like just pumping the data bits out to you guys.
Yeah, what are we getting from you now? I'm getting 27 from you now.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this will give us multiple. This is going to be an interesting load case scenario. So let's give this a burp.
Mm-hmm.
And hang on, one more thing here. What did I set that to? Page down, all the things. There we go. Oh, let me change that to... See, that's what I don't get. Why isn't it smart enough? Why aren't you smart enough to... Oh, maybe that's one. Never mind. I might have just answered my own damn question because I'm dumb. Let's go find something out. All right, BRB. Password's too hard of a password. Everybody's got... You have your generic password, right? It's like the password that you don't care about. Like, it's the thing that's just got a password on it to keep, I don't know, like your cat out of your system, right? We all have that password, or variations of that password. All right, let's bring this thing back up. And it's usually pretty short. Like my default one... All right, my default one's 8 characters. That's a bit long for a throwaway password, but... Try now. See if that works. So many me's. That's horrifying. Now they're both going to hit it at the same time, and it's going to give the poor little raspberry by a seizure. I look forward to watching this. Oh, it's pulling up, getting Jordan in. It's pulling up, getting Pedro in. Let's see if
It's trying.
it's trying. Pushing them pixels.
Well, I can see things okay, so there's that.
Yep.
Oh, that's a different load scenario.
I want to go back to being tiny.
No. Play us out, keyboard Jordan. Okay, so now it's capable of doing 3 streams.
Okay.
So you're getting it's keeping them locked and loaded. So if it does spaz out,
Oh yeah, I'm getting
theoretically-
like 3,600 from you now. So 3,700.
yeah. So if it does spaz out, it should be able to drop down to a 500k stream and then potato pixel, a hipster pixel version. That's what it's supposed to do for what control we have over it. That's my problem. I don't like config files that you can't put things in obey me mode. Config files should not be suggestion documents. There shouldn't be an abstraction layer between like true, false, and like I'll consider it. Do you believe that is the way all software should be designed, Pedro Mateus?
Yes, it should respect configs.
What if it's a dumb person trying to use it though? Shouldn't you build in a little buffer, a little barrier?
I think let Darwinism take him on that one.
I don't know. I'm of the opinion that there should be some sort of protection in place, but it's all application specific. Like, if I'm updating the configuration file for my fucking Bluetooth heart starter or whatever, because I have a thing that like what that lawyer from the Gnome Foundation has, where she needs to have like a defib in her chest at all times, because her heart will just randomly stop. Mm-hmm. So. In the scenario where I have, hold on, let me paint you this fictional scenario that I have concocted.
No,
in my mind.
hang on. I am SSH'd into your cardiovascular system. Got it.
Right? Yeah. You know when tell them that, buddy. You think they encrypt these things? No. Yeah.
It's
So
just
while
over
I'm
cereal.
yeah, while I there's just a fucking cable coming out of my chest. I just have an
Here,
RS-232
open up your
port,
shirt so I
just
can
like-
plug in the
So
USB
take off
port
your
there.
shirt. Oh, hi.
it.
No, I just need to get your COM port.
See, I'd actually get a COM port installed. Like, if they could do it like in a way that like doesn't cause like too many medical complications for having like an IO port in your flesh, I would absolutely get a COM. Yeah, right. Like, I would get like a USB port or something. Absolutely.
Oh man, see if I had a USB port, it would have to be powered off people though, man. I would have to be able to like get at least 3 volts out of the damn thing.
Right.
There would have to be some type of biomechanical.
Yeah, it was
machine
like, hold on,
under
I
it.
gotta charge my phone.
Right.
In place of
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah, just find a way to have that, like the USB power supply that's in your body, just burn away your built-up fatty tissue. You'll solve obesity like that.
say that, and everyone would die in the first month.
So Scott, in that case, if I kill
you know,
someone and
adipose
install
tissue
a
that
parallel
you don't
port,
need.
Pedro, you fell asleep with your phone plugged into you. Took you out. You didn't wake up, baby.
That's one of the safety things that Jordan was talking about.
no, Darwinism will sort that out, Pedro.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're stupid enough to fall asleep with the phone plugged into you.
That is exactly how Darwinism works, Pedro. Absolutely.
Now, here's the thing. I imagine this conversation 100 years from now, somebody watching this video and they're like, they fucking knew, huh?
Yeah.
And somebody unplugs their Laser 6 connection that was charging whatever passes for a mobile phone.
So, see, the alternate version of that is like someone's watching this in the future, and then someone else walks into the room and like, we have 5 minutes of electricity left. You're wasting it on this, you son of a bitch.
Then the crap person turns around and hisses.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right?
it's my bodily energy. I do with it what I want.
Right. See, I think that's the more real situation. Like, we have 5 minutes of power left, motherfucker. You're spending it on watching a YouTube video. Fuck you, bitch.
It's part of our cultural history, man.
You're watching a YouTube
hiss,
video
hiss,
from
clack, clack, clack,
2023? Fuck you.
Subtitles.
Someone needs to make that movie.
We'll call it Fallout 77.
We'll call it Fallout 75 because it goes somewhere.
All right. You guys still getting video?
Yeah, it seems to be holding up. I say as it immediately shuts off. Right, like...
Pi just jumps out the window.
Yeah. The Raspberry Pi just, like, catches fires.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's one thing I was looking for. I guess, like, that device doesn't exist, like, outside of, like, just straight-up ISPs or enterprise networking gear. Something with 8 SFP plus ports and another bank of, like, maybe 5, possibly 10 RJ45s. That's also a router.
Yeah, usually you can find the other way around, but, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like some ISP.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, the fucking 800 gigabit switch I have behind me. It's like, that wasn't meant to be put in a fucking home. Wired up what?
I mean, it's a router, so the tier 3 switch. Yeah.
Well,
I think he's talking
Layer
about
3?
the Jitsi Pi.
Oh.
What?
Because like the it finds out the Pi 5 exists. Yeah. Could it also be wired? Yes, this all could be run out of an x86 box, but I don't think that's the problem. I don't think the load, as we saw, the load on the CPU is not the issue. It is.
This is a Linux
Jitsi
channel.
being a
That's
butt.
boring.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, of course. I could go get a spare. What are these spare boxes I have in the other room to replace?
Yeah.
this?
Hold on. Let me go to the computer closet and pull out like an old.
Right. Exactly. No, this is like, can you host a Jitsi server on, I don't know, 8 watts?
Yeah. If Pedro needs the computer, he needs to turn his head to the left. And then there's an entire shelf.
There's
Hey, I got the direction right.
Hey.
8, 9, 10.
Just stop and think about it. You could do it.
I said it, and then I stopped, and I'm like, did
Wait a
I
minute.
get that
At the
right? And
moment
then he
of
looked, and I'm like,
uncertainty.
yeah.
Pedro
And then
he's
all
there's a
looking
alone
shelf on top that has a few that I need to either give away or sell.
with nothing but his laptops. He could revive the Beowulf. He could do a Beowulf cluster.
He could revive the Beowulf movie with Ray Stevenson and Angelina Jolie and just completely reanimate it.
I tried to, the Beowulf 3D movie.
Yeah, that's
That
the
one,
one.
yeah.
I tried watching that. Just did not.
I've tried to watch it twice. Like, is it that bad? I'm like, just go back and rewatch 13th fucking Warrior. That's the only adaptation that's worth a damn. All right. Well, I guess we'll get something to drink, do a show if it's gonna hold up like this. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. It's just a matter of flipping moonglyphs into a database.
Yeah. Trial and error, man. That like, it is so hard to explain to people sometimes that like, oh, it's broken. How do you fix it? You just start fucking with shit. Start changing options until you get a desired result, right? Like,
It's not even that. Like, sometimes you can trigger a fucking signal that'll lead you in the right fucking direction, though.
yeah, right. Like, but it is the thing that bugs me, especially with my juniors, of just like they just stop and it's like,
They're scared
but you
to
could
break
go
shit.
further.
Yeah.
Like you can you have the tools at your disposal to diagnose this problem. Come with me and like, okay, I did this in 5 minutes because I logged onto the box and knocked on a network port and verified that the service is up. They're like, oh, well, how did you do that? How do you not know how to do this? You made it past the job interview. How?
Listen, I trained to pass interviews.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What do you want from me? Knowledge.
When you
Yes.
have IT people that don't pick up calls in the queue because it's a little too complicated, so a call stays there for days on end until I get a moment that I get to look at the queue because I've sorted out all of the calls that got left behind the week before. And it's like, oh, there's another 5 that no one else wants to do. Fine, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd be able to leverage with FFmpeg. Oh, Raspberry 3. Yeah, I don't know what that had in the way of video onboard SoC acceleration.
The Pi 3 had a H.264 accelerator on there.
Encode or decode?
That
Yeah.
I don't know. Definitely decode. I don't know about encode.
Oh.
Because because that was the thing. Like you had to actually pass in the licenses for the MPEG shit on the kernel bootarg. If you wanted to actually use it.
Joe had one of your situations with his AMD card to redeem the game.
Yeah.
He was talking to him on Tuesday to like, take a screenshot like with a camera of
Really?
NeoFetch and like email it to them. And they gave him the code.
Well, like the last time, I guess it depends on like who that went through. Because when I went through AMD proper, they just straight up had a shell script.
Oh, it wouldn't run on his. It wasn't detecting his GPU.
Yeah, the GPU. If you have a CPU, it's fine. The script will work. If you have a GPU, you need to have the proprietary drivers installed.
Okay. So you need to install Ubuntu.
Yes.
So that you can redeem your free game.
Or figure it out how to get it running on Nobara or Fedora or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck Joe is running. Yeah, well, yeah. You get one of the spare hard drives that you have, or a thumb drive, and you install Ubuntu on it, and you set up Rockham or the proprietary drivers, redeem it, unplug that, boot it to your actual operating system, and start playing Starfield.
Frightening story I'll get into later on, but yeah, your box got re-imaged with Ubuntu because I did that. Had to install a DAW.
Yeah, well, this wasn't the first time either, right? Because was for the AMD proprietary driver video. You also did it on this box.
Had to put Ubuntu. This I got a better system because now I just get image it. I have it. Sometimes I use Debian. I did an Ubuntu thumb drive just I want to do it all at one time. But yeah, you do that. You open up a GNOME disk. Like you can do it with a GUI. You don't have to do anything to it. You just click, plug in a USB SSD, image it. Done. Just clone it back when you're done. I'm sure there are more efficient ways of doing it. And, if you're going to keep the image around, shrink it after you get done. But, just for the time being, it's easy enough to just copy the entire thing over to a drive. Just make sure your drive's bigger than the one, or at least the same size.
Well, there's like an auto resize E2FS thing. So if your disk is if your image is smaller, it'll automatically expand it to the size of the disk.
I was thinking about creating the image in the first place because yeah. When these Pi images that I have for the Jitsi box, this one's getting re-imaged tonight before I shut everything down. But you take it, it's got 128 gig SSD hooked into it, so that image is under 20 gigs, but you can resize that down to 3 gigs.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of Moonglyph commands to do it, but I got a script.
Yes, you got to go into parted or fucking fdisk.
It's not a single thing to do it, man.
No, there's some math involved because you got to do some block calculations.
Yeah.
And that is why I elected to build a new parallel RAID as opposed to trying to extend my existing RAID.
How long did that take? You were at what last week? 19%?
Yeah, it finished on Wednesday morning. But it's an 8 terabyte RAID 10 sync, so block by block. And the nice thing about LinuxMD is you don't need to wait for the drives to finish syncing to use them. It's all did
it just spool right up? No problems?
Yeah.
Nice.
But what I found out later while crawling through the MD-ADM docs is oh yeah, no, we absolutely support just plugging in a bigger drive and then slowly replacing the RAID with bigger drives and magically resizing everything. That's just baked into MD-ADM. And I'm oh motherfucker, could have done this the entire fucking time. I could have done this shit 6 months ago and slowly spent money as opposed to having to spend $1,000. And I'm well now I know for next time.
Yeah, there's that part. At least you didn't find that out halfway through the process, or did you?
Right. I did.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Just turn that knife. All right.
I'm the RAID sync was already 10% done, and I'm oh motherfucker. I could have just done that.
It's in motion now. It cannot be undone.
Right. It's like, well, now I gotta like power this thing down. I gotta like disassemble the whole thing. I committed to this course of action, damn it, and I'm gonna see it through.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna get something to drink, and I come back, you guys, and we're gonna do a little bio break. Then we're gonna sit down. Yep. We're gonna do a show.
Yes, we gotta talk about vomiting.
Yeah. We're gonna be like cats.
A lot of bodily ejections happening tonight.
I really gotta get these drives moved into the new server or figure out what the permanent housing situation is. Because right now it's like, okay, well, this still isn't the active storage backend.
Right.
So I'm still downloading stuff onto the old RAID. And then I gotta make sure that it gets copied over. And so far I've only had to do that twice, but like...
Yeah, you did the final rsync diff, and away we go.
So no, I can't. So I decided, because I'm doing parallel raids, I've decided to make this harder on myself. I'm gonna like fucking sort through the downloads folder that has all of the shit in it, unarchive everything from the old raid, have it unextracted on the new raid.
Right.
And like in nice little folders with like consistent naming, so that it's not just like one flat directory structure with all the shit in it. So now I'm in the process of doing that. I know there are scripts that do it, but I'm doing it manually because I don't trust them. Because the last time I ran a script to do that, it fucked up all my metadata.
Yes.
But,
every single time I've thought about actually sorting out, because my NAS is tiny, it's only 2 terabytes because of the drive prices.
I'm
every time I
I'm
think, okay, I'm gonna sort
now.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort everything, put all have all of the MP3s in like per band folders or per album folders, and I start doing it, it's like, nope. Maybe someday.
That's when you start. This is when I start getting. This is why I'm happy I know Bash, because you start getting creative, like with like find commands and globs and greps, and you're like, can I generalize this? Can I like?
And there's someone who on Stack Exchange already has a script that goes through. If it's an MP3 file, it finds the ID3 tag, and then it allows you to pipe that into everything else that you're doing at once, and you could probably do it all in a one-liner. And I still can't. I just can't.
It's an effort, and like, there's this thing you do while you're doing it, where you stop and you have like a 5 minutes of like nostalgia of like, wow, this is a lot of like, for me mostly it's TV shows, and it's like, this is a lot of television I watched, and then it's like, oh man, I remember this season of XYZ. I remember the time in my life where I was watching it, and it's like, oh, I had a little nostalgia. All right, Ben's back. I gotta poop.
Go poop. Yeah, I can't.
I can only hold 3 cans in one hand. I can probably hold 4.
3 hands is 3 hands. AI generated Ven. 3 cans is doable. I usually, if I have to hold more, I just do the arm thing and putting the arm up against my chest and there.
Yeah, I didn't want to get greedy either. I think I could have snuck a 4th in, but then they would have been in like danger of like one of just bouncing, then that can's dead for the next day, right? The Floop Patron, it goes Floop. Man, that thing, it's all kitted out now. It's kind of boring to watch. It doesn't have that charm that it used to, of like, it's sold out, man. I listened to Flopatron before when they were underground.
It's too accurate now. It's too accurate.
Yeah. Doesn't have that jank. It didn't spend the first 30 minutes of his live stream getting Jitsi working.
Was it the appliance orchestra or something like that?
Oh, like
that's
the
got
toothbrush
the toothbrushes
thing. Yes,
and,
with the eyeballs. You've posted that before. Some of those are pretty good.
Yes, that little looping video that they have in the KDE for Gamers page. It's distracting.
And hide it. Just close your eyes.
No, just go back to where the show starts. That tab.
I need to make a script for the Raspberry Pi that does the temp thing because I never remember the temperature command. So what are we doing? We're just scrolling through our bash history until something looks like I don't know what it is. Nope, that's the Argon 1 CLI. Nope, that's the max scaling frequency. That's current frequency. It's going to be 1.8. There's me getting FS trim enabled on a Raspberry Pi, which is its own damn adventure. Speaking of, you got to do some maths, and you got to figure out what device IDs are. You know what? I don't care what temperature it is all of a sudden, because I can't find it.
I did a coffee nap before the pre super shows, and that finally just hit. I'm like, oh no, can I hold it in for the podcast? That would be hilarious if I was just like holding in a massive shit for the entire show, and I'm just like, what do you think, Jordan?
Well, it'd be like that time we were doing the Chairquisition and you knocked over the drink.
Yeah,
you thought you were going to power through it. You're like, oh no. Oh, hang on, we got to stop for a minute.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's far enough from the computer, and then the water's like, and I'm like, no, that's flowing. There's a grade to that floor that I was not aware of. Okay, let's,
Oh man, Pedro, do you need to get some drinks, stretch your legs?
I got a drink and I peed
Alright.
when we went left, so I'm okay.
you do
will
have an
need
old
to
man
pee.
bladder, though.
I just need to pee a lot because I drink a lot.
The gas shock in this chair is starting to go out, so I need to fix it. There's two ways of fixing it. One, you take it apart, you hit some WD-40 and see if you can get it to reseal. Barring that, you just get some hose clamps, put it up all the way, tie it in. Or you could just buy another chair, but I mean, come on.
That's my plan. I bought this chair with a $200 gift card I got from Ashley Madison from their work from home policy. And that was 3 years ago. So for a $200 cheapo office chair off Amazon, it's done its duty.
I don't sit in this chair enough to justify buying another one. Like, this thing's like, it's a couple hours a week.
Yeah. I work in this room, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the days that I work from home, I sit in this chair for about 15 to 16 hours.
It's like, I have like a thing set up so I can like curl up on the couch or whatever, but like, I don't know. I did that for a while, but I like working at the desk.
It's more natural, man.
Yes. There, see the office worker in his natural habitat, sitting in a cubicle.
That's right. Okay. The browser. All right. Cool. All that's working. I didn't give it a shot. Scroll to the top. All drinks should be carbonated. All water should be. We should have carbonated water from the taps.
I'm of the opinion that all soda should just be diet. Like, at this point.
Well, I mean,
like,
diet soda has more caffeine in it.
Okay.
No, thumbs up on that.
Yep.
Just don't have sugar. That's yeah.
I mean, like we have shit like sucralose now that like just tastes like sugar. So yeah. But then it's not as addictive.
I know. Fox sweets. Ew.
Oh man. Give me them.
Sweet as I can get is like raspberries, man. Anything after that, it's got to hit hard with a tart. Then I can put up with it. What was it? Warheads?
Yeah. Sour Warheads.
Yeah, that's a candy that I could, like, I've had like 2 or 3 of them. Like, I've never went out but I can tolerate that.
Do you ever do like the spicy ones?
I think I tried a spicy one time. Somebody had given it to me, and I was just like, "This is fucking ketchup."
Because it's like the cinnamon one or whatever. So.
I do want to try one of those Carolina Reaper chips.
Oh, the one chip challenge.
But they're like $20 for a chip, and I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they give you a T-shirt too. So.
Man, whatever. I can get an entire bottle of like whatever. Make my own Reaper spoons. All right. Let's hit record. Recording on the DAW. Recording in OBS. Locked and loaded. At least locked. Yeah, man, vintage sparkling water. It's the best kind. And welcome back to another LinuxGameCast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. And then that's Jordan. And over there is one Pedro Mateus with a return video, because if you tuned into the pre-super shows, and we were playing with Jitsi, and in the pre-show, we were playing with Jitsi, and we absolutely have not got it perfectly working yet, so it could die at any time there. Did that cover all the bases?
I think so. We're like 1 for 3 at the moment, tentatively, if we can squeak this one out.
All in the Raspberry Pi. But together with you, Chat Realm Dynamic, watching us live, helping us form, Cocaine, Voltron. I had to chase a lizard out of my house.
What size lizard? Like big lizard, little lizard?
Jordan, if it was a big lizard, that would have been Jordan. I now have a pet lizard.
Well, I mean, that's how the story could have ended, right? Like, I had to chase a lizard.
No, it was like a little focky lizard. I was downstairs at the back, and where I get my like boots, and I went to pick them up because I was going to move them, and I saw a little tiny lizard scurrying. I'm like, where the fuck? How? Where? Come here! And he wasn't having it at all. So there was like a solid 20 minutes of chasing that motherfucker around every corner, under everything. I finally got him, and I put him outside. He's okay. Yeah. My brain wasn't ready for that shit, man. I'm like, really? Why am I having to chase?
That was me with that squirrel a couple months ago, and then it like fucking hid in that fireplace for like a week. We had to get like a guy to show up, and he's like, "Oh my god, I've never seen a tenacious squirrel as much as this one." Like, so I got the fucking Pickle Rick squirrel apparently.
Oh man. I won a camera lens bid, so I didn't. It was one of those eBay things of like, what?
You kind of just like put the bid on there just for funsies, and then
yeah, dude, yeah, I put a $30 bid on a $290 lens. Yeah.
No one else was looking for one at the time.
Well, it's a manual lens, so I don't think the kids know how to use them. It's got the dials on it.
The hipsters might.
They might, but I don't think they want to be fucking asked, because they want to be able to control it from their phone with Bluetooth. But it's like a 50 millimeter lens, and I wasn't paying attention because I didn't think I'd ever going to win. But it's a full frame, so it's 50 mil prime lens, but it's also got like a 1.5x crop. So like this is the best it can do, man. There's no
zoom. Significantly more crop, yes.
Yes.
But low light. This is like f1. I think I got like f1.5 right now, and I have virtually no lights on in the studio.
That's pretty good.
I'm not getting blinded, man. But it does the look at that shit. See this? It's like the blurry background.
Blurry background. We see a little happy bucket that Frank's holding.
That's kind of in
field.
Yeah, being a 50, being this far away from it, plus with that crop. I don't know. I was just kind of playing around with it. So that was my unexpected journey. Oh, I installed a DAW, and I pissed a couple of people off on YouTube because PreSonus released a beta version. I guess this is kind of interesting though when we think about it. If you are into just Linux in general, the PreSonus, they make hardware, audio interfaces, big stuff for concert studios. You know, if you've been to a arena recently, it was probably mixed live on PreSonus gear. They released their digital audio workstation, a beta on Linux. Like, this is like, nobody's done that. But the interesting thing is, it's like, here's things that don't work. And one of them was Thunderbolt support. Because Thunderbolt is effectively PCI Express extension. Can we all kind of agree to that?
Yeah.
Without too many well-actualized...
Wired PCIe, basically. Yeah. That was the point of it, yeah.
the thing with that is you need kernel drivers in order to make that work. It's not like a class compliant USB device that you just plug in and it's going like, hey, we got a standard for it. Kind of like the RME PCI card that I have in the DAW right now. Need kernel drivers for it. One of the things doesn't work yet. I'm like, ooh, PreSonus very well could be like rolling out some Linux drivers in the future. That's good news, because even if you don't have a PreSonus interface, that gives you that data point to go to the next person. Like, why don't you have Linux drivers? PreSonus does. Aren't you better than PreSonus? Kind of play it off like you do with the parents. You say, hey, Mom, aren't you better than Dad?
I just got slapped. as you're ducking punches,
Jordan, you said
that shit doesn't work with Jewish moms.
Oh man, what is the equivalent of what is the sandal called?
It's just guilt.
Just guilt.
Guilt and shame.
30 years of guilt. All right.
Yeah, 30 years of guilt and emotional abuse.
Right, got it.
Yeah, so apparently the city of Toronto has decided that the sidewalk in front of my house just fucking needs to go. Yeah, so 2 days ago, wake up to the sounds of jackhammers, and apparently there's a whole-on construction crew replacing the sidewalk in front of my house. And I'm at the start of the street, so it's going all the way to the end of the street. It's actually stopped just in front of my house. I have a semi-detached with the
Can
neighbors.
we say it's where the sidewalk ends?
It is where the sidewalk ends.
All right.
Thank you, Shel Silverstein. You're such a giving tree. I don't know any other Shel Silverstein books, but I'm sure they exist. Anyways, yeah, so they're just fucking tearing this up. They didn't tell anyone. Or as far as I know, there are people on my neighborhood who are full on trapped in their houses because there's drying cement in front of where they need to drive over. I don't know. It's fucking weird. There's dust everywhere too. I go up to them yeah, so who do I charge for the fucking car wash? Getting dust all over my car.
Hello, sir. We're from the government, so
yeah, yeah, and that's how I found out the city of Toronto has decided that the sidewalk, the perfectly fine sidewalk in front of my house needs to go. There's not any cracks. It's not uneven. One street over, it's fucking pothole city. But no, having solved all other problems, they need to fucking dig up the dirt in front of my house.
Oh, look at Jordan with his gentrified sidewalk.
It's gentrified, man. There's roads that need actual care down the street.
Yeah, but you don't want your feet to hurt while you're walking down your sidewalk.
I want my feet to hurt all the time. All I want is pain and suffering, just like Pedro.
Speaking of pain and suffering, how's it going, man?
A lot less pain. The suffering's still there.
So you got to roll a tape.
You make do. Yeah, that there's some masking tape and there's some cutting compound and a collection of different sandpapers because I need to defog the headlights.
You
on
didn't
the
get
car.
around to that yet. You didn't buy a kit.
I did buy the kit.
Oh, I just bought a kit.
It's right there, and there's
10
also there's also the box with the drill. I was gonna do it today, but I was asked to do other things, so the time it was not there, unfortunately.
Were you asked
Tomorrow,
to drill other
probably.
boxes?
No, unfortunately not. If only. No, actually, speaking of the car, it kind of gave me a scare because I was going around doing the shopping, and when I came home, it was already late, and on the drive back, the front left headlight wasn't working. It's like, what the hell? I just replaced both of the bulbs. What the fuck? So, I popped the hood when I parked here, and I wiggled the connector, and it came back to life. It's like, okay. So we need to have a look at that then. All right.
Surprise headlights, everybody loves them, man. Especially the horse.
Gotta wiggle them. Well, I mean, you gotta wiggle the horse's headlights a little bit, otherwise they don't light up the way they used to. It's been 10 years. The spark is gone. It's the steam. Sorry, I'm too busy throwing up right now because I put my VR headset on. And I'm just vomiting rainbows and stomach acid. Yeah, so Steam VR 2.0, they got an update. And lo and behold, there are actual Linux fixes for like the 3 Linux VR users out there. They're updating the runtime, Steam runtime to Sniper because Sniper no sniping. All of the UI features from the Steam Deck refresh are now in Steam VR. So assuming it's using the same code base as everything else, meaning that you should be getting more timely updates to Steam VR and it should be a little bit more stable, should make the overall maintenance easier as well. And yeah, that's kind of it. There's some better drivers, or there's some better support for some of the HMDs out there, as you do.
I wish
it's always weird seeing meta in the notes, right? Like,
yeah. Speaking of, I really wish Facebook would be asked to properly support the Quest on Linux, because that is still a kerfuffle and a half to actually get the Quest and Steam VR talking to each other. Please just make it so that if I plug it in with the USB 3 cable to the Type-C port, it goes, yeah, okay, I know what that is. That's a head-mounted display. Well, we can talk. No, you gotta go through all this bullshit and run a server locally and run the push some software to the Quest itself. It's a pain in the butt.
Oh, man. See, I am reading through some of the comments on this. This clearly confirms that Deckard is real.
I mean, the leaks have
it's coming out next week,
clear.
Next week.
Yes, next week in Valve time, so yes. 2024 sometime.
Right after it's releasing with Half-Life 3, which will be an exclusive running on macOS.
Alex 2, that's what it is.
Yes.
No, let's talk more about that. AI. We're still getting to grips with AI as a society, what it can do, what it can't do, and like what type of regulations and all that stuff. I mean, it's a wild buzz. People are out playing with it. Like, oh my God. Valve is very much like, we don't want to deal with any of that right now. We have pits of money to roll around in. So we talked about a couple of weeks ago, AI assets. If you have those in your game, you can get note from the Steam store. And it's up to Valve's discretion. They're like, no, we don't want to deal with that. Even if all of your stuff that you can prove, and hey, this has been trained on Adobe, whatever it's called this week. However, there's something you might not think about that could be AI assisted, and that is your text translations. And that is what happened to Cosden, posted on our game dev over on the Reddits. Steam also rejects games translated by AI. Details are in the comments. So this went in, and he's like, he put a note of it. He's like, hey, yeah, I used AI to translate this. And Steam's like, cool story, bye.
And I mean, like, usually I'm not the AI apologist here. I have concerns about the use and proliferation of tools as a way to like displace workers' rights and stuff like that. But here, I see where the guy's coming from, right? Like, machine assisted translation has been a thing for a good long while now, and most methods these days use some form of AI to do it, as he brings up in the post itself. You don't tell me Google Translate isn't like, it's not Bard, but it is an AI. It was trained on a bunch of linguistic data, and it uses that to produce translations. And I get Valve's hardline stance on this, just saying flat no to everything. No, like we're just not going to deal with it until the courts tell us that we have a specific way forward, because we don't like dealing with courts. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, this means that, like, how many games on Steam right now have been translated via machine-assisted translation? Like, I would assume
2.
A large majority of them, at least.
I don't know. When I see something like this, this general, like, again, I understand where Valve's coming from this 100%. I would probably do the exact same thing of like, I'm not touching this. I don't want to get sued, and I don't want to get tied into some legal nonsense until the rules have been established, which those rules have not. But all this is going to do is, not just with AI art, but also with text generation, people just aren't going to tell you.
Yeah,
so these are landmines. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So these landmines are going to be planted for future discovery.
And there's, I get it. Again, much like Ven and Jordan, I absolutely do get it. Valve they don't know what language model was used, what the license was on that language model, what the license was on the software that was used. So it's okay. At that point, maybe we don't want any of that near our store, because if someone comes and claims, oh, that's pirated content because that was my language model that they used to translate that.
Yeah, you see where it just constantly goes, burr, that was mine.
Yeah, but yeah, and again, Google Translate is the big monkey wrench in there, because and again, it doesn't play well with this very like sledgehammer-esque approach of just saying flat no. Like, again, what other games on Steam right now will be disqualified from this? Are they going to do anything? Are they going to start curating this? When you start having these sort of like ad hoc decisions with your hardline rules, it kind of does away with the whole point of having the rule in the first place, right?
I mean, the rule is pretty simple. No AI.
But again, there's stuff on Steam that already has that. So what, are they going to start taking it down?
Yeah, as soon as they disclose it, they're like, you're gone too. So nobody's going to say anything. And nobody's going to say anything when they're submitting their games to Valve either.
Yeah, we're going to need like plagiarism detection AIs. AIs all the way down, man. It's turtles.
They discovered those didn't work. Somebody did a study on like whether or not the detection, and it failed. Just miserably. So like you can't even detect if somebody's generating like their doctoral thesis with it. Like there's
you just got to check if they have any illustrations of hands. That's what you got to start including as a requirement for all your papers.
Oh no, you got to sign it with a turkey hand.
Yeah, exactly. all of your submissions.
If it looks like a diseased hedgehog, probably not a real person.
But yeah, no, beyond the language models, Valve has other legal issues to worry about. Specifically, the EU courts have finally ruled on the appeal that they made to the investigation, which started back in 2016 or 2017, and then in 2021, the EU said no. Disallowing people from buying keys in different regions within the EU is naughty. So you have to let people do it. And,
oh no, hang on, Pedro. I need to enable target. No, I don't. Whatever that is.
You want more ads?
Yeah. No, that's the X Twitter cookies there.
Yeah,
but
you want
yeah,
more ads?
it is. Yes, but it is. With basically this one, it's the EU saying no. You cannot restrict the buying of keys in between the member states. They specifically said, in agreeing bilaterally that geo-blocking the operator of the Steam platform, Valve, and 5 PC video game publishers unlawfully restricted cross-border sales of certain PC video games that are compatible with that platform. And there was already a precedent found, and in these cases, Valve, Capcom, Namco Bandai, Focus Home Interactive, Koch Media, I know what I said, and Microsoft, I mean ZeniMax, they were all found to be deliberately restricting imports between member states of the Union. That's good. That, to me, in my opinion, that's good. The practical result of this is going to be that there's going to be price parity all around. And if Australia got us the refunds, then maybe the EU can get us the price parity, which would be nice. It would be a start into getting video game pricing under control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the actual conclusion of the court was that while copyright laws give Valve and the other publishers the rights to sell the licenses themselves to the software, they have no rights to actually attempt to restrict the legitimate sale of those licenses in specific areas to ensure higher margins. And I think this is a good thing, right? Like, I think the vast majority of the game profit proceeds should go to the developers, should go to the people who are actually involved with making the game. Publishers, they have a role, but they are too... it's like fucking music labels, right? It's too much of a rent-seeking thing. And a lot, like I'm in Canada where shit's just like randomly more expensive, and a lot of software has what is effectively a bullshit region tax placed on it for no realistic reason. And using a VPN to legitimately purchase a valid license for that software from a storefront at a lower cost doesn't really hurt anyone except for Valve. As Ven will get into, there are going to be some knock-on effects that, we'll see what happens. But what do you think?
I don't know. My first thought is like, when it comes to like the prices of games being under control, it's like games have pretty much cost the exact same thing for the last 40 years. Retail games they have. I've already price charted it. Like you bought an Atari game back in 1980, you're going to be paying about $60 for it. You go buy a new game right now for your PS5, you're going to be paying about $60.
You're going to be paying $80.
70.
You're 70. Yeah.
Yeah, they've increased them to 70 now.
10%.
That was
Now, if you want to track everything else against inflation, what I just said, video games have been doing pretty good. If you're looking at 10% over 40 years, gentlemen, and that's not bad at all compared to other commodities. Let's say like food, power, electricity, automotive. So
things are expensive.
Yes.
Games. What do you do with games? We have options. You see, you can make a game pretty much cost whatever you want because the real question is, are you going to give it to me a price I'm willing to pay for it? That's always been the question, not whether or not you're going to sell it to me, because piracy's already shown that. What Valve has managed to do all these years, these decades and decades of trying to make it easier, reducing that friction for people, and I think has worked for a lot of people, where you go, yeah, I'm just going to buy it. Like, yeah, and just pick it up. More than likely, you're going to sit back and go, yeah, I'm wait on a sale. I'm get a sale, maybe get it in a humble bundle. Digital distribution. So, like, this law, this is definitely tacking on like a digital to something that was a law that I think maybe I'm wrong, but the way I was reading it was clearly designed for physical goods. Correct?
Yeah, that's where the implementation came from.
Yeah.
Having the Commonwealth was to allow the free trade between the member states.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, I can see Valve going, we're not even going to bother with this. Everything's just going to be €60 in all of Europe. Now, Pedro, you looked up there used to be 2 tiers for the EU, right?
There was EU1 and EU2, which was a Valve thing. They created that distinction. But apparently a few years ago, they said, no, everyone gets EU1 prices, which were the prices for like France, Germany, and the other more well-off countries.
Economically stable. Let's call it that.
Well, this is a good thing to bring up. Now, were games noticeably cheaper when you were living in Portugal?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you would get, it's a game, it's $60. It would be like at most €50 for a game, which was pretty good. While at the same time in the UK, it's like, yeah, that's £50. Oh, that's a bit much.
I'm pretty sure I was like, you know what? If we're going to do that, it's going to be the equivalent of £50. I mean, it's, well, not UK's a bad example, but let's say Iceland, which is like the highest earning.
Not in the EU anymore, so.
It's just going to be £60 or €60 in Portugal, too.
Yep.
Yeah. And
there's no wiggling around that.
That gives me a little bit of sads, man, because like I think like, regional pricing has its place if used correctly. Like some people were like, yeah, I want to support the developer who made this game. I don't want to pirate it. But, that is like when you look at the, what you make in this area versus what you make in this area, cost of living and all that gets factored in. You're like, I just can't afford video games at your prices. Is like a lot of people making an income living outside of like, Jordan knows a lot about this, living in, I think, the most expensive city, like, or in the top 3 in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you make an absolutely fantastic living. You move to Toronto, man, you can't even afford a place to live.
The reason those Facebook and Twitter salaries were so high was when everyone was based out of San Fran was because that was just a normal ass developer salary in that area.
Adjusted
right?
for that area.
Yeah.
Being able to make some concessions for smaller spots, like we don't see anything like that in you don't see anything like that in Canada, and we don't see anything like that in North America. Just in general, I don't think. It was just a EU thing.
The EU is also like a multi-nation state amalgam as opposed
and
to...
South America also has had quite a lot of the difference in prices, like Argentina's and Brazil's
Mexico.
and whatnot. Yeah, but Central America too. But yeah, it is like North America, like, the US and Canada, probably far better off financially speaking than
no, I want games in Toronto to cost 3 times more. They don't know
But yeah,
birds
no,
eye.
if you look at the markup, Brazil, for example, if you look at the markup on video games for Brazil, it's insane. That's why they're still manufacturing Mega Drives or Genesis.
And that's, I think it's like something 500%. I mean, it's something
Yeah.
like just
The import
abstract.
tax is stupid.
Unless you produce what Pedro was going to say, like unless you manufacture the thing there.
Domestically, yeah.
Yep.
You know, it was there. Like it's another one of like best intents, and the outcome's just dog shit, and it's just too invested into going back. Anyway, let's talk about Steam Decks. We're not going to fix this. Who's got a Steam Deck?
Are we gonna fix Battlefield on the Steam Deck, or is
Too
that not
spooky
happening?
for you edition because the October is coming up, baby. But you're not going to be able to get your Battlefield 2042 on your Steam Deck any more than you could right now. But this is going to be like extra you can't, unless you run Windows on it. I'm sure somebody's out there is like,
I'm running Windows on my Steam Deck. And my
everybody's
life is going
favorite
terrible.
publisher, Electronic Arts. Steam Deck breaking anti-cheats, going to hit more games. And why is there a picture of that Steam Deck there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this new anti-cheat solution, some old school shit, some Star Force level DRM coming back, zombie DRM coming back to you. Their in-house DRM is going to require, you guessed it, kernel level access. And that shit ain't going to fly on Linux. Nope. So this is already broken EAFC 2024, which is a football game. I had to go look that up. And Battlefield 2042 is also slated to get this treatment as well. But the big concern here is something that we've covered on this very show because we talked about it. EA flipped the EAC switch for Apex Legends and like was public about it. They're like, hey guys, it works on Steam Deck now. Go play it. It'd be awesome. So if Apex gets this, you're not going to be able to play it on your Steam Deck anymore.
Yeah, they didn't. What was it? Battlefield 2042 is also using EAC currently as well, and they didn't flip that on either. Wildcard EA is still fucking keeping everyone guessing, right? Like they're kind of just making moves. They're kind of just shooting from the hips because, like, oh yeah, Steam Deck's great. Oh, we're totally supporting the open source Command and Conquer guys. Oh yeah, we're good guys. EA Play, $30 a month, get all the games you. Yeah, no more. Get your Apex Legends on your Steam Deck. No more though. I don't know. It's strange. Maybe we will get a Steam Deck version of it in the future because, but maybe EA is one of those like Microsoft situations where like there's too many like business units and they're not in sync. So like
they have no
Apex
idea
team,
what the other's doing. Yeah, they definitely have that size where
like the Apex guys are like, yeah, sure, Steam Deck, why not? Absolutely. And the Battlefield guys are like, what are you talking about? That seems like a lot of work. We'll just implement a brand new anti-cheat instead of adding a DLL.
And they already have the separation for like regular EA and EA Sports. So
it's in the game, Pedro.
I wonder if this is just like a licensing thing. Maybe Epic is charging them too much for EAC and they just want to get off that.
You know, I wouldn't put it past
or
me.
You know what? Maybe they hired somebody competent at EA. This is a strange take, but they're like, EAC doesn't do anything. Like the people, that's security theater. Like that doesn't stop anybody who really wants to, again, cheat in their football simulator game.
Well, cheat in their football simulator to get the good players from the loot box. That's what they don't want people cheating on.
Yeah.
Is fucking breaking the in-game economy.
Editing the memory values to always get the best one. But yeah, I wouldn't.
Pedro, you're the sports fan here. Go come and help us out.
No,
Portugal is famous for their cricket team.
Yes, I'm a terrible Portuguese person. I hate football. I hate the beach. I hate the heat. I hate fish.
Peas.
I hate peas are kind of a thing here too. So,
but what about tuna fish on your pizza with pineapple and mayonnaise?
You can even give this boy a plate of mushy peas.
Yes,
and he'll turn
I like
it down.
those. That I like, but that's a me pizza.
Moral
I'm the
of
only one who likes
story.
those pizzas.
Don't be surprised if you log into Apex Legends and it's like womp womp, and EA learns about refunds. Wait, Apex Legends is free to play now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe.
I mean, EA laughs manically, and twirls their mustache.
I mean, Apex was one of the few
Free games I got
of
with
that
my
genre
2060,
that survived versus PUBG and Fortnite. It was like the three big ones were PUBG, Fortnite at the top, obviously, then PUBG, then Apex. So they did okay with that, and I'm very happy that they have it on the Steam Deck. It's not my kind of game. I wouldn't play it, but it's good to have it on Linux for the people who do enjoy it. So please don't take it away. Yeah.
I kind of like Battlefield. I played 1942. I think that was the only Battlefield I ever played. And that one was fun because like I like the big Battlefield where there's like multiple, like you have fights going on in the air, fights going on
units,
the ground,
like
and they can like
shit like that, right?
Yeah, and you can interact with stuff, and like that was always kind of dope. I always liked that. It would be nice to. I don't know. I don't want to play with randos on the internet because
well, Jordan, that's just too damn bad because none of that exists in this next game. A new game or a game update, Counter-Strike 2. For over 2 decades, Counter-Strike has offered an elite competitive experience, often shaped by millions of people saying wonderful things about each other's parents.
Shouting all sorts of profanities.
Yes. Well known for this. And, well, there's a free update to the now free game to play. And that's it, lads. Every game Valve makes officially has a 2 after it. And we're not counting that one, so don't even bother typing it in the chat.
Ricochet!
Or the other one.
The Alien, what was the Alien one?
Alien Swarm?
Yeah, Alien Swarm. There you go.
I like how
they totally forgot about Alien Swarm. They didn't even release the source SDK for that shit.
Both of you fuckos memory hold Artifact.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, our Artifact had like that secondary release. That was kind of like a 2.
Yeah.
And the Battle Chess one, the Dota.
Yes.
Auto chess.
Not auto chess. Oh, man.
Yes.
So I've been reading around the internet.
Dota Underlords.
Yes.
As you might have guessed, outside of Pedro, we're not huge into CSGO. Pedro played it for 10 minutes, but if you give him like 5 seconds, he'll tell you the entire story. He was pretty good at it. He even got banned one time because they thought he was cheating. There, did I get all the points? Good. So
pretty much, yeah.
Don't worry. One thing they got rid of is the one thing that we played for a minute was the Danger Zone, which was the Counter-Strike version of Battle Royale.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Like, that's kind of fun. They're like, oh shit, we detected somebody having fun in our skin gambling simulator. Get that shit out of here. That's not the type of company we want to be. So you might be wondering, can I still play CSGO? Yes, you can. It's still there on the beta participation menu. The CSGO demo viewer 138.9 will get you back to your old game that no one's playing anymore. So you get with the program, Grandpa.
Unless you want to play Danger Zone, in which case this is the only way
you don't. You really don't want to go back because it's still the same game. It just has a 2 on the end.
Well, so didn't they added some new stuff too? They have like that smoke stuff that people aren't like. I thought it was a cool idea. That was added
to CSGO. Even before the update.
There's new smoke effects people are fucking angry about, and I'm like, okay, if you're the type of person that, see, I can't, we can't even, and that's not a bad thing. It's like people are invested in this game, and I can respect that. A lot of people are playing it though. It didn't die, not at all. There's over 1 million concurrent active players right now, and that's according to the Steam
That is a little
charts.
too close for Goatsy.
Now, I downloaded it. Played around with it on old Threadbooper. Took me about 10 minutes to compile shaders because this thing's not OpenGL, baby. This thing's Vulkan all the way down. And using my 3060, managed to squeeze out right at 60 at 1440p high. But it was really shouty the entire time it was doing it. I forget that the 3060 has fans. It was a stark reminder of like, this is how loud I go. And really my closing thing about this, I have no idea how I have 15 hours in CSGO. Unless it just hung as a process one time.
It's very, very likely.
It is possible.
Sometimes Source Engine games do that. They'll just like not exit all the way. Steam will do that too, where it will like keep the zombie process open and it's still.
I never touched CSGO until it came to Linux. We got that, and I bought a copy of it, played it for about 5 minutes. I'm like, whatever. I gave him my signal that like do good. Played it again when we reviewed it, so I had another hour into it there, and we played roughly maybe 45 minutes of Danger Zone.
I think we did like at least 2 or 3 hours of Danger Zone.
Okay, let's say we did 9. It's still not 15.
Sure.
I
don't know. Maybe you're sleep counter-striking. Maybe.
Yes, a sleeping Ven just gets up and plays Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
With a Mountain Dew.
Instead of like somnambulism, it's dustbulism.
Yeah, dustulism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it is. They just updated CSGO. That's what they did. They didn't even pretend that they had to update the server software, Blizzard. Overwatch 2.
Well, we needed to add another character and not deliver our promised single player mode.
What the
we're
absolute
totally gonna have
hell is
PvE.
Prime status upgrade? That's $14.99.
That's if you bought the game, you get Prime status.
Yes.
Yeah,
What is Prime status
better
upgrade?
better
To the
gambling
question
stuff.
that was asked.
It gives you, basically it queues you up with other people who also bought the game, and it
keeps you away from the pores. Got it.
So it says right there you get like exclusive souvenir items and like loot drops. So I think it's like if you pay the money, you will get the better skins, you will get the whatever, or
And
you
you
will
get
have
matched
you will
with
have a
other
better
Prime.
chance of that. Yeah. Can you integrate it with like Amazon Prime? Can you get like Counter-Strike Amazon Prime, Optimus Prime?
No, but you do get to
is
watch
that what they're setting up?
Yeah, you get the pilot episode of Half-Life. It's coming on after the boys.
Man, I would love to see Half-Life, like a Half-Life show, as just like like a silent movie. That would be dope.
Oh, yeah, like one of those not artsy but artsy type deals.
Yeah,
they're
where like
not silent
like the
as
headcrab
in
like jumps at
like
you.
old style silent, but
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
talking.
No,
Yeah, with like
okay.
like no, you sometimes like the head crab jumps at your face and you get a card that says "Screech," and that's it.
I want to see the entirety of Half-Life 1 play out from the perspective of head crabs.
Oh, from Hedy Lamarr, yes, from that one defanged head crab.
Yeah,
Just from being inside vents and running away from Gordon and being scared, trying to save their family from the crowbar monster.
Yeah,
the Lamar simulator.
yeah. So some I Am Legend shit. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I think that does that for game updates. Let's talk about American Pie. It's my favorite. It's my favorite movie. It has like 5 sequels.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's here. Kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't aware. I just assumed it was in the works, like we all did. We just didn't expect it for like maybe another decade. Of course, we're talking about the Raspberry Pi 5. And I want to give this a mention mainly because single board gaming is absolutely a thing, so we could sneak it into the show. And this guy, it's got the system on chip. It's the Broadcom BCM 2712. Not quite as fast as like the Orange Pi Rock chip, the RK3588, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close, and it's got a better price on it. So we're looking at 60 watt stinky caches for a 4 gig model and 880 for the 8 gig, which is $5 more than the original Raspberry Pi 4 8 gig. That's not too bad. However, you might notice this picture here, it's a lie because it doesn't show the heat sink and fan that you need to have on this thing, which you do if you plan on running it. So it does have a funky ribbon connector for a PCI Express extension, so you'd be able to get a hat with maybe some M.2 or PCI by 1 on there. One of the things that I thought was interesting, though, since we are doing the gaming thing here, gentlemen, it does, in fact, scrub through a video,
There it is.
run Doom
Yeah.
at 60 FPS.
To be fair, the
Doom
Pi
3,
4,
by the way.
Yeah, you could play Doom 3 on the Pi 4 already at 720p at around 30-ish FPS according to the time demo.
Hey, this one's getting up to
So-
60 sometimes.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
I-
it is significantly better.
This is bullshit. This is not Doom 3 because it's been 30 seconds and a monster hasn't teleported immediately behind you and like tried to kill you.
Yeah.
That's the start of the game. You get like 2 minutes of respite.
I want everybody to go watch. If you're interested in gaming on Raspberry Pi, Pedro has a Pi Boy that he built, and he's pretty proud of it. He holds it up sometimes. But ETA Prime did an entire video of what works, what doesn't. Like right out of the gate, you're thinking about PSPP. No Vulkan supporting that right now. So you're doing all the software bit. Dreamcast completely solid. N64 is a little bit chuggy. And yeah.
And 64 is always going to be chuggy. That's
Imagine
like,
that if it was more like a Steam Deck with a screechy fan in it.
I mean, it already has a screechy fan in it. You can hear it.
Put 2 in there. We can water cool it.
The other neat thing that they're shipping with this eventually is the PoE hat, where you can get you can power your Pi. Will you be able to power your Pi via Ethernet, or will you use your Pi to power other stuff? Is that the intention?
Yes, you can do both technically.
Okay, well that's actually pretty dope because like there's a lot of like. There's a lot of shit you can do with PoE and like not having to worry about like having a power supply attached to the.
Well, I mean, you can do what I do with the MikroTiks, which is very good because they have your standard barrel connector, but they also have PoE, and you can use that as a redundant power. And both plugged in.
No, nice.
Yeah. So that's another way of doing that. In the entire time that you're alive and awaking, you're thinking about the PoE out running to the access point, because that still bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know the type of people that make Ethernet cords, man. They're not high quality. I don't care who you get them from.
Yeah.
So, are you going to buy one, Jordan?
Maybe. If I'm able to get my mitts on one, they're available for pre-order now. But once they go on GA, I think Disney is going to buy most of them.
Now, most of the places I've seen offering pre-orders have a very, especially like Chicago Electric, they're like, yo, you can order one, you can put 2 in your cart, and you know what? We'll still charge you shipping for that second one. You can go get a pie, though. Like, I think anybody is...
Limit 1 per customer?
I think, maybe coming back a little bit, Raspberry Pi was very clear with everybody they supplied pre-order stock with. They were like, do not fuck this up, all right? We need a win here. Because we talked a little bit about this in the pre-super shows. I'm like, do I want to buy an Orange Pi 5 or do I want to get this Raspberry Pi 5? Orange Pi 7, I guess I should say. 7. Because we've seen what happens, and we know the playbook from Raspberry Pi when supply just disappears. Who's customer number 1? Businesses. That does not set well with me. Like at all, because they immediately flipped over to like, we got to serve our enterprise customers. I mean, you guys who got us started at the beginning and done all the groundwork and laid the infrastructure and the ecosystem, yeah, fuck you guys. But these businesses, we got to make sure that supply chain's nice, and so yeah, that sits well with me. No, it doesn't. So I'm thinking about like, do you be part of the problem, part of the solution? Like maybe I should like an Orange Pi or something and help contribute to that ecosystem. What are your thoughts on this, Pedro? Do you care who makes your SBC?
That's the thing. I kind of still want one of the 8 gigabyte Pi 4s. I have an idea of a more discrete media box that uses a heck of a lot less power than that HP all-in-one that's currently on the mantle there. I still want to do that. So yeah, the Pi 4 would probably be the best one, although the Pi 5 is looking pretty good too.
Jordan, how cheap do you think the Raspberry Pi 4s are going to get?
Not very. I don't think the price is going to drop at all because no one's going to be able to get the Pi 5.
I think it's going to be available.
Well, here's going to be very fucking clear.
I
was talking about this on Weekly Daily Wednesdays. I think last week, scalper prices have normalized. You get a Raspberry Pi 4 8 gig for $78 on Amazon.
So maybe you want to grab that now before the supplies start dipping again. I don't know. I'm kind of with you, Ven, in terms of like, do you want to like, because having played around with the Rockchip stuff, my real issue with it is that depending on where you get it from, it's a fucking black box.
Yes.
And the nice thing about the Pi is that it is fully open source. All the shit is in Mesa. All the shit is standards compliant. And
a Raspberry Pi is no longer a tinker toy. It is a product.
It is a product. Yep. Those Rockchip things, you got to get libmpp installed. You got to compile all your shit to like use the accelerator. It's not a very portable solution. Unlike the
drivers.
Yes, yeah, but I mean, people who've had like the Rockchip for the past 2 years, we should point this out. It's not as fast as the latest Rockchip.
Yeah. It's certainly not that. No,
it's built on a larger node. I think what is it, like 80 nanometer?
Something like that.
Something like that. Not quite as power efficient as the latest Rockchips.
No, and that's the thing. Like that and that's like the big toss up, right? Like those Rockchips are beasts.
They're 8 cores, man, big little.
Yeah,
the 3588s are big.
But if you can't run the software you want on them, then all that horsepower is useless. So, I would love to see more Rockchip adoption, just so that we have a better open source landscape for that, so that like shit just works when you plug it in.
Because we were talking about this, like you go to download stuff for like, I want to get like the Orange Pi stuff. And like, so I'm looking into the ecosystem, like, yeah, here's the images on my Google Drive. I'm like,
I ran an apt update on the Debian 11 thing for the NanoPi, and there's like 50 packages that are being held back because they're all like custom to that one image. And it's like, I was like, can I update this to Bookworm? No, I cannot.
No. But I mean, not too long ago, that was a Raspberry Pi experience.
That is true. So like I'm saying, hopefully this gets better. But like right now it's a bit of a.
That's kind of where I'm at. I was like, be the change, right? And but then again, I want to get one to play. Anyway, I didn't end up pre-ordering. Another reason, and maybe the reason you want to hold off, because these are going to require active cooling unless you want them to begin thermal throttling 30 seconds after you cut them on. Now, 2 ways to do that. They already have a aluminum like heatsink fan combo. You stick on it and deal with it, and I hope you no case, but they do have a case with a fan. Problem with that one's a bit shouty. So what you want to do is probably wait for the next 2 or 3 months for the tooling to get done for the new Raspberry Pi cases to come out, preferably with the ribbon hat built in so you can put an NVMe drive in it. It'll already have good cooling on it. The HDMI ports will make sense. And
at least they actually have a proper fan header on the board that's not just the GPIO pins. So
it does have a fan header, yeah.
Yeah.
Has someone like retrofitted a Hyper 212 to fit on a Raspberry Pi?
They make a 80-bit Pedro has one.
They made the one. I have one somewhere.
Oh yes,
it was on a Pi 4, but then I put the Pi 4 in the Game Boy case, so I had to take it out.
I kind of just want like the Pi 5 with like the giant fucking 212 stack on it.
They straight up make a tower cooler for the Raspberry Pi with heat pipes.
It's got fins. Like 40 mil fan and a heat pipe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's adorable. Active cooling. I'd rather have something passive. I think maybe I'll get maybe the 4 gig version instead of the 8 gig version. Maybe see if I can do like a desktop replacement with these. Let us know in the comments, though, what type of projects you have for Raspberry Pi 5. Because as we've shown, like as we're doing right now, I didn't bring it up if you were in the pre-show, we kind of got everything working with the Jitsi server, running on a Raspberry Pi 4 8 gig, and it doesn't need it because it's not even using 2 gigs of memory RAM. And it's at like, what, 20% load, 45?
Yeah, it peaks to like 40 at most.
Right. So, and that's with the equivalent of 4 people on it. Wait, 6. 1, 2. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3. No, 4. Never mind.
Yeah,
because I'm in each of 2 and 2. Peter, did you get the thing?
I didn't get the thing.
Damn it! What were you doing this entire time?
I was looking for it. It's not in the drawer that I less remember seeing it. So I've moved it somewhere.
That's ridiculous. But I want to go I want the Super Saiyan 3 version of this. I want to go further beyond. No eyebrows, giant spiky hair glued to your Raspberry Pi. Let's go.
Yeah, the one I have is that one specifically. So.
Oh, for everyone at home. Give me a link, man. I'll show people.
Oh,
they got all the people watching on the live stream that we're on, did you? Slipped your mind, huh? All right.
There's the Discord link.
Jesus Christ, here. There it is. That's what Pedro has.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have carved out the back of your Game Boy.
But yeah, you can use it as a kickstand.
Right?
Yeah. Although it's it's actually slightly lighter than the original Game Boy, so there's that.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have to have like a bajillion AA batteries in there.
Mm-hmm. It's just
okay. Now let's be perfectly clear, man. 4 AA batteries on the Game Boy would run that bitch for. You could get a day of like serious gaming out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how many weeks a Game Boy could run on a lithium-ion pack.
Yeah, like even just the 1500 watt hour.
You
could probably get a couple of days out of a single 18650.
Yeah. In my Game Boy, I put in a bunch of I just remembered where I put a bunch of my rechargeable batteries. I put them in my fucking old Game Boy to store them.
You're welcome. LGC cares.
So I might try that.
It's Christmas time after the show, isn't it? Huh?
Motherfucker, we're playing some Pokemon Blue.
All right, what do we got up next? Oh, Vulcan news. Performance gains. Beefcake.
Yes. Yeah, this is from supergoodcode.com. Terry, he's back at it again. Doing low-level shit to just blow our minds and blow up our GPUs. So, Mike. Mike Blumenkrantz. I get my developers confused. But there's a bit of a change that's been submitted to the Mesa Vulkan stack, where there was a bit of an inefficiency in the driver, where submitting 50 command buffers one time was faster than submitting one command buffer 50 times. Seems kind of weird. That's because the Mesa had previously a pretty rudimentary way of handling the submissions. I tried to read through the patch that Mike submitted, and I got a little bit of it. Most of it is just completely fucking over my head because Mike is way smarter than I am. But the short version is that in several of the conformance tests, we're seeing up to a 5,000, on average 1,000% boost in some of the tests, which means that with the next release of Mesa, you can expect, and I give you the Jordan Spun guarantee that is worth something, that your games will run 1,000 times faster with Mesa.
You mean all of them just across the board?
all games everywhere at all times, not even
yes.
ones that don't even use Mesa. that Pokemon game on your Game Boy running on the rechargeable batteries, that shit's running 1,000 times faster.
It's running Mesa now, baby.
Yeah, no, between 50 and 1,000% more semaphores or millions of instructions per second. That's just for AMD. And then Intel.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Intel, you get between you get no performance improvements if you if you do the submit 50 CMD buffs.
Pedro, will you get me a turnip A740? I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want one.
I looked that up. These are Adreno GPUs.
Don't care. I need a turnip A740.
But yeah, it is. It is Intel. Some of the no-ops had absolutely no change, but at the same time, some of the others had a 5,000% increase. So that is beyond optimization at this point.
It averages out.
And Mike actually says, it still passes the conformance test, so very good. I very much look forward to the better performance.
I do like Mike's explanation of the Intel. Like, yeah, this doesn't work because Intel.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, yeah, black box, whatever. No, but this is good. This is just more and more performance being squeezed out of the Vulkan drivers. This means that there is more and more overhead because we have these games that run like shit on Windows that run better on Linux because our drivers are more efficient and will fix shit.
Who's going to be the enterprising sociopath that like looks at Vulkan and goes, "Man, that shit's too high level"?
Mike, I think. I think Mr. Blumenkramps is a little bored and is like, we need to go deeper.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, something that you can get deep on your face. Yeah, as your vomit, because that's what we need. Face mask for your VR headsets. You know what?
Roller coasters.
We need baggies, chin baggies, so when you yak, it won't be such a problem. The reason we're bringing this up because between 40 and 70% of players want to throw up, and that's a huge problem for companies that don't make the right type of porn. However, for the rest of you, virtual reality makes a lot of people sick, and you can't do shit about it no matter what this article says. You know what? You can take the fucking toaster off your face and let your inner ear recover for a minute.
Nah, man.
Then go do some drugs and put it back on and go for a ride, baby. So why is this a problem? Well, the latest figures are showing that, within 15 minutes, some people just start barfing everywhere. And this comes right in the face. Apple's getting ready to release their $3,500 eye toaster for your eye face. And
their eyes.
Eyes, man. I don't know. My question is like, okay, I had all right. I don't have a lot of experience in VR. All my experience is I'm over at somebody's house and I'm like, yo, do you have Meat Saber? And if they say yes, I'm like, give me. I'll try it on whatever you have. So I played it on a couple of different systems. Never had a problem with it, but I've never been in a game that's like moving around like Half-Life, what is it? Half-Life, not Half-Life 3.
Half-Life Alex,
Yeah,
Serious
Half-Life
Sam,
Alex.
Corn, anything like that.
So like, what does it take? Like, it's not necessarily a price thing, because some people have a great time in like the little cheap, super cheap, but once you put your phone in, they're like, yeah, it's fun. Other people are just yakking everywhere. And I think, like, even with VR, it's not that big of a sample size, because you're really looking at, am I wrong? About $500 to get one that's not like super cheap. Even the like PlayStation console VR one's like $600, man.
I wonder where they actually
Quests are the more accessible ones. That you could get the Quest 2 for about $350.
But okay, you got some time in VR, Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you have motion sickness?
I do not get motion sickness from VR. I don't get motion sickness in general. I don't know. I guess maybe like the people who are getting that are the same people who like. You remember Cloverfield? Like the first one?
Totally wasn't culturally relevant when I was 20. Yep, passed right by it.
Hey man, I don't know. You're pretty old. Maybe Gone with the Wind was the last cinematic tour de force you cared about. Yeah. What the fuck was I saying?
Motion sickness.
Yeah, the motion sick people getting motion sickness from like the camera motion from stuff like Cloverfield and whatnot. I don't know. Pedro, you brought up an interesting thing about astigmatism, and because and it got me thinking, because like you can control each display independently. Could you not like do some accessibility stuff to like have different images going to each eye to?
Remember how
like,
we were talking about like some software needs like a maybe interpreter?
Mm-hmm. that is peak of you'll have to do it in software, because it's absolutely not feasible to do it in hardware. But yeah, it is. I don't get motion sick in general, and yet playing anything which actually requires analog movement, there's a couple of the free games on the Meta store for the Quest that as soon as I start I wiggle the analog stick on the controller and I start moving, my entire body immediately goes woo.
That's not as fun. I just wanted you to be like, and I collapse on the floor.
No, did you start doing the Homer Simpson?
I can like play fine for about an hour, and then after about an hour, my head starts to hurt, and I start to feel a little queasy. I think the head hurting is because astigmatism, and even wearing my glasses, there's still the lenses on the actual headset, which are just fucking with my eyes. And if you have any kind of vision woes, VR headsets will find them. It will find them, and it will make them hurt. So
I think the real solution here is Neuralink. If you just jam spikes into your brain, you no longer get motion sickness.
No spinal tap.
What if you don't get it on the first shot, though, man?
Still no motion sickness. You just jam that spike in your brain and no anything.
I mean, you put a Band-Aid on it. I saw that episode of South Park.
Yeah, absolutely. the X Band-Aid.
I don't know, man. Like, people just don't like wearing shit on their face. Like, this is
it gets sweaty. That's the thing for me.
But there's multiple factors: the tethered, weight, expense, cost. I didn't make a very shocking prediction when even the initial like Valve VR, was it the Index? What was the first one?
It was the Vive.
Vive
Index was the second
HTC.
one.
Yeah, it's like you're going to see the adoption with this modern day VR the same as you're going to see with a fucking full racing setup, not wheels, full racing setup. Because even then, you had to have lighthouses and you had to dedicate a room to it. The same way as like if you see somebody with like pedals and shifters and all that, the expense, setup, the space. And until like this is what Apple's going to try to crack with their Gen 1, it's not going to happen because you still need a fanny pack with the Apple thing, and it's got a cord on it. So it's got to be glasses, it's got to be light, and it's got to be instant. I got to be able to click it in, go straight to my
I want to see the iFanny pack. The iFanny.
You say that, but we both know damn well they wouldn't be able to keep them in stock.
I know they're going to be everywhere. It's going to be like a fucking
it's going to have a thing for your AirPod charger built into it, dude.
Some sort of
the
like
thing that makes most people
hook.
The thing that makes most people queasy is like the disconnect between the movement and what you're seeing.
What makes you queasy, Pedro? What makes you queasy, Pedro?
Just playing VR for over an hour.
How about you, Jordan?
Pedro's face.
Yeah, but we've gotten used to that. What else?
I've exposed my face enough that you should have built a tolerance by this point.
Honestly, like
we have Pedro bodies built up in our blood cells.
Honestly, the thing that sets me off is smell. Smell is what triggers
queasy?
my. Yeah, Yeah, if it's it's like specific smells make me want to vomit, but it's like motion not really. That and heavy squats. I vomit all the time from heavy squats. But that's also
that's
having
like force
500
induced,
pounds.
right?
Yeah.
That's your body.
Strain, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about that, like speed. I mean, I've never like vomited, but I get like that queasy thing. Have you guys ever jumped off like really extreme height things?
No, I'm very acrophobic.
When I was a kid, yes, I used to climb trees and then jump down off of them.
Explains so much.
So a little bit higher, like bridges. But when you first look down, like that,
the vertigo almost,
that always hit me. Not like planes don't fucking bother me, but like any type of base jumping, that height difference.
I think that's like some lizard brain shit where like your brain processes the distance and you're like, oh no, stay the fuck away from that.
And that's like the most dangerous fucking time because you're like, but you chill. But I guess some people get like that when they like look over ledges and shit like that. Like, if I got something to hold on to, I'm like, whatever, I'll hang on to it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I definitely do get that. Not to the point of like vomiting, but like, yeah, I'll definitely need to like steady
People
myself.
People feel a little woozy. It's like that vertigo of looking over the edge, and they get a little nauseous.
Yeah, I've never gotten car sick before though. Like,
yeah. I know people get car sick when they like read in the car. I read in the car fine. Like
I want to go on a
read in the car and play Game Boy in the cars
in a steamship to see if I get ocean sickness.
I've been on boats and I don't get ocean sickness either. So
I want to be on a boat. I don't want to be in some fucking cruise liner with $1 billion worth of like leveling shit. Where I want to be holding
where
on
there's
to,
the
like,
secondary boat and it's like free floating inside the shell of the actual boat to like keep it level.
See, I want to be dodging furniture and shit. That's the motherfucking boat I want to be on. Like
you want the ending of Titanic.
I want some Velcro when I lay down in bed at night to like hold me in place. Yeah,
you want Billy Zane to pull out a pistol and start shooting you while you're like through a boat.
Billy Zane, where are you when the world needs you?
Billy Zane.
Pedro Mateus is a huge fan of the cool desktop environment.
I use it. I use it on a fairly regular basis, as in every day. That's the desktop environment that I default to because it actually gives me proper control over my desktop and it lets me change all the things if I so choose. So I kind of stick with it despite the shit that was Kwin on NVIDIA, but now that I have an AMD card and I'm using Wayland, it's very, very good. It's possibly the best desktop environment I've ever used.
You had a bit of a 180 because you were suffering in AMD land at the very, very beginning of LinuxGameCast, and now you're like, I finally got out of that hellish NVIDIA nightmare scape back onto AMD
because
lands.
NVIDIA and KDE do not like each other. KDE, you probably saw it if you were on the Twitters or Mastodons. They released a news to indicate that they have a new page on their website.
Oh, that's for people who think GNOME's too advanced, right?
Mm-hmm. That GNOME is too restrictive, yes. But yeah, yes. They have a new page, which is KDE for gamers. Okay, right off the bat, can we just replace gamers with gaming?
Can we replace gamers with gamers with a Z, please? And thank you.
But yeah,
what game is this?
I think this is Cyberpunk.
That's Cyberpunk.
That's Cybertruck?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Bird.
If you start with, replace gamers with gaming, that looks a lot less desperate to start with. And then you start scrolling down and you see the Steam Deck. It does use KDE, yes.
Okay.
And then they have, you can use more things to play games that isn't just on the Steam Deck, on
Get
other
hyped
machines
for
as well.
Isle Riot! Solitaire!
They do have that, but they also have bottles. Which, if you look at that, if you've ever used Linux ever, and you've seen what GNOME 3 and GTK 3 native applications look like, yeah, KDE is built on Qt, not GTK. So
gaming is not important.
You can still use it on KDE though. It's not like it's illegal to use GTK software in KDE.
Here's bottles.
Listen here, Witch. You can't do that.
Now, I am the one who uses KDE of the three of us, and I play video games. I should be the target demographic, and yet all I'm getting is cringe with a K.
ISIL, right.
So we're looking at a couple of games that we can play, man. Capman with a K, K-Mahong with a K, K-Mines, and K-Knights, K-Patient, Granatier. Granatier, you need to get with a program, all right?
Granatier?
Yeah, it's just like one of them.
Granatier.
Then we got this fucking Pedro Mateus of a fucking game. That's just got to go against the grain for fuck no reason.
So, like, okay, so clearly this is like...
Oh, I thought this was going to be like a donation thing for children, and no.
Donate some plasma to gamers. They need your blood. So clearly this is not landing on the mark. So I gotta ask, what other things could KDE try to like brand itself to attract? Like, KDE is for lovers.
Hey, Lupus.
Hey, Godot, RetroArch.
Yeah, they should have had Lutris at the top. If they were just gonna go with something that uses GTK, just have Lutris at the top.
Hey, look, we can buy a laptop.
Yeah.
With Tails on the back of them.
KDE is
The
for
Slim
lovers.
Books
I thought it said
KDE
the
is for
Slim
focus. KDE will make you... I don't know. We got to start selling KDE to frat boys. Like, KDE will make all the ladies
you know
knock
what?
on your door.
This week I used KDE for a couple hours. I did. First time I'd used KDE in probably 20 years. It was kind of wild. Not only did I use KDE, Pedro, I used KDE on Wayland.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
The true experience.
No wonder you're so fucking passive aggressive, dude.
On
And that's
NVIDIA,
not
it's
even the
rough.
worst of it. I woke up Friday morning and I'd bought a Mazda.
and a bunch of spare car parts.
No, but these laptops are in my backyard and I'm scared to ask where they came from.
you open up the trunk of the Mazda and there's just laptops.
I'm going to turn into a Weir Mateus.
Yeah, no, anyone trying to use KDE on NVIDIA, just turn off Kwin composition
Install
and use
XFCE
something
just
and
turn
use
on-
the real desktop.
Just turn off your computer and go outside and enjoy life.
Yeah, I don't have anything against like KDE, but like it was instant, and it makes more fucking sense than GNOME, because guess what? GNOME was the default when I installed it. Ubuntu, and I was using KDE, baby, because I played with GNOME for about 20 seconds. I'm like, I will punch this goddamn PC. I put KDE on, and yeah, I mean, if you like Windows 10, Windows 11, KDE is the perfect thing for you. Like, it operates that little bar where you got to search for shit, but then you can, like, things are logically laid out, like the multimedia thing. I'm like, oh, look, there's the thing. And of course, I had to go into configuration. I'm like, oh, that's a KDE. I remember. It's been nerfed down than like back in the 1.3 days.
Yeah,
but
they removed a lot of the options, but it still has infinitely more than GNOME.
Well,
Install an extension.
The GNOME settings has both a smiley and frowny face and two heart buttons.
I really do hate that GNOME error screen. Once upon a time, it gave you a useful piece of information, and now it's just like,
Or the
But I
little
heard-
drop down. Just give me the drop down so I can click on it and see what actually fucking broke.
yeah. But other than that, like,
The end user doesn't need that information, Pedro.
I don't know. I've been daily driving GNOME 3 for what, like, I don't know, since I upgraded this box.
Shouldn't you be using GNOME 4.5?
Or
Yeah,
whatever,
I should be
GNOME
using
45.
GNOME 40.
I call it
Insufferable
GNOME 3.
hipster with your
It is
GNOME
the non-mate branch of GNOME, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Cinnamon?
I guess that's what it would be. Yeah.
I have
no, but,
another
like,
one lined
I've
up
been-
if you want to go again.
I've been daily driving GNOME for the latest GNOME for a couple months now, and like I don't have any issues with it. I live my life in a terminal and a browser,
Yeah.
and it gets the fuck out of my way, and I'm able to do my job.
Yeah, the only thing I don't
Terminal,
like about
browser, and the Steam window.
the KDE is a lot more overhead than XFC.
You're loading up the entire framework.
At least
Which
under
is-
Wayland. I don't even know how it operates under X, but I was like, I had to pay a bunch of attention to top when I was testing out this DAW and like watching like all the windows being whooshy shit and like, all right, but you're not going to know on a regular desktop. You're not going to notice that unless you're like doing something like running a fucking DAW. So
And the most of the effects you can turn off. There are some that I say leave them on because KDE gets a little jank, and the animations smooth that over a lot. But the
is disappearing considered animation? Because that's what my windows do when I
Yes.
close them. Yeah.
yeah,
Not there.
that's one of the effects. You can turn those off.
I don't need like a hobbit's tail between that and not seeing it.
But like
you know what?
the thing that KDE does that I like is it loads the entire framework, which most of the KDE specific applications just work off of. So while you have to download the kitchen sink for something, the moment you have the kitchen sink, you want to install KDN Live. It's only like 200 megs.
I double click on the app image.
Speaking on the topic of window closing animations, the one fucking fancy wishy extension I have in GNOME is the window incinerator, because it actually encourages me to close my goddamn windows because it's fun to watch them go burn up.
I mean, I spent like a femtosecond playing around with like, I guess that's intuitive. I don't know why it was intuitive because I never use it. Was a cursor upper left hand corner, window. Give me all my windows.
Yeah. I find I'm doing that. I do that on like Mac and Windows sometimes, and it's like it is very convenient, especially.
I disabled that particular shortcut of the top left because that's where I usually have the menu.
I didn't like the Alt Tab functionality. That's why I was like, "Boo."
There is an extension to change that back, but yeah.
All right. Everyone, go get your Came on over at KDE.org/4/gamers. All this is just going to be in our show notes. You two can go look at it. And let's get an online petition for Granatier to get its shit together.
No, Granatier needs to move over to the GNOME project, right? It's because it's GTK.
Yeah.
Maybe they kicked it out, man. Maybe it's not by choice. It's over hanging out with the KDE team. It's like they won't let me play.
Then again, you also have Clementine with a C instead of a K. That one was a given. KDE, what are you doing?
And every one of these jokes is well deserved because all of the aughts, dude, you guys were really heavy on everything having a K in it. Like it wasn't even a meme. It was just like reality.
All these jokes are deserved because just try to install any software with KDE and see all the Ks. It's like going to the fucking.
The joke isn't even a joke. It's just what they were doing.
I really hope Ed Boon has a very good time using KDE. Is all I'm saying.
Ah man, Pedro, if people want to get a hold of us, we got to run and get out of here. Well, we got a little bit of a hate melee feedback. Can they do that? Is there a place to click on? Is there moon glyphs to enter? Is there an incantation that can be drawn with a half-finished jar of peanut butter and possibly...
Well, if it's crunchy peanut butter, you can just, reach your hand inside and then smear it all over your face. Get some exfoliation going. The best way to get in touch with us...
fuck your face up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like exfoliate?
It will exfoliate hard.
It will perforate your skin.
Like, and here's the thing, like if you do that, but if you remove it with, I don't know, let's say ants...
No, once you get the peanut butter on your face, you gotta have like the jelly and like the banana slices.
And then you lie down and you let your cat or your dog lick it off your face.
Not if I do my job right. If I get enough peanut butter in your eyes, you're not gonna want the jelly.
No, you put the jelly in the ears and up the nose.
That explains why it's in the tube.
The best way to get in touch with us is to go to LinuxGameCast.com. There's a contact button you press, and there's a form at the bottom of the contact page. At the top, there's some warnings, there's some caveats. Just keep that in mind. LGC Weekly is this show. That's where you want to send your hate mail to be featured right here, right now. Yes.
I didn't do enough fields.
No. You have to fill out the fields. The email has to resolve, at least.
What have we got this week, Jordan?
We got one from Glenham. I'm talking about NVK. He says, or they say, last week you mentioned that the Nouveau leader had quit. Will someone be taking his place? I wonder how long it will take for NVK to begin working as well as Nouveau. It already works better than Nouveau, buddy. I understand that this is a new project and all. I am hopeful that NVK will eventually be able to provide the same level of support as Nouveau. This kind of does. In the meantime, I'm eager to learn more about the progress that is being made on the NVK project. I think we all are, right? Like,
yeah.
NVIDIA drivers are good from like a software performance standpoint, but the management of them has always been a pain point. Having to enable like external repositories for your specific distribution, downloading and managing run files, having to like drop down to like a CTY in order to actually install the drivers.
Stop the running graphical section.
Yeah, so having some way to like bypass that by having like better integrated drivers into the Linux stack would be a good thing eventually. For now though, it's a thing we gotta live with. Yeah.
And NVK is specifically, as the name would imply, for Vulkan, and Nouveau is OpenGL, and since most everything still runs on OpenGL except video games,
Name 17 things.
you still need the GL support. So until they get Zinc up and running on NVK, which I very much hope is the next step, then you'll be able to just run NVK everything and not even have to touch Nouveau at all. That'd be great.
Yeah. Nouveau has a very like antiquated setup in the driver anyways.
You don't expect much from Nouveau. I mean, you get very like, can I get like a screen? Can I get a resolution?
Can I get through the installer?
Can I get more than 256 colors? Like, shit. All right, we're good job. Yeah, I don't expect much from Nouveau outside of like getting the distro installed, maybe with a GUI install if I'm feeling fancy that particular day. All right. How about this? How long from today? Mark the date. Whatever the date is, 30th of September, in the year of his noodly appendage, 2023. How many days from today until we are able to... I don't want to play this. Let's, to run the Talos principle under Wayland using an NVIDIA card in the NVK drivers. At 80%, within 80%, of the binary driver speed.
80%. Is 2026.
We're not going for that.
3 years.
I would probably say 2030, but then again, like we've had some weird jumps in Linux graphics in the past couple of years where we've just kind of like leapfrogged. So it's possible, like DXVK was a big one for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of went from like having barely any like working games on Linux to having like 70%.
We went from genuinely like if it was a DX11 game, forget it.
Yeah, to God, I hope it's DX11. That's the only way this shit runs well. Yeah, so like we it's very possible we're gonna have another leap like that. The NVK driver can use the GSP firmware, so that's already a huge leap above what Nouveau was dealing with. So,
do you think NVIDIA is genuinely, because my current just observation, NVIDIA is not going to seriously move on Wayland until Red Hat rolls it out.
Yes.
Red Hat proper. Like, and they're like, we're done with X completely. Get fucked. And that is probably 10 years away.
And it is coming soon. KDE is dropping X on Fedora, and when RHEL 10 comes out in
it's
what,
proposed.
3-4 years?
It's proposed.
Yeah. But like assuming in that one time stream where that does go through, that means that we have like another 3 or 4 years until RHEL 10. So that may be sooner than we think. If
the proposal was for Fedora 40, so it's Fedora 38 now.
Yeah. And whatever they branch RHEL 10 off, because like that's up in the air until like they decide what to do it. Because sometimes they do it like a couple Fedora releases back. Sometimes they do it like pretty close to it if it's like stable enough. So
I'm gonna go out. Not even a safe bet. I'm in a very bullish bet. I want to think that the fine carbon-based entities over at Collabora. Get it right.
Aurora Borealis.
Couldn't you just called it Collabra?
Collabra.
Collabora.
BRUH, bruh.
Bruh. Hashtag.
Bruh.
But I'm very positive with NVK because if they play their cards right, they can inherit a lot of the work that's already gone into RADV, which
we're gonna see. This is why I'm gonna say 2026. By December of 2026, we will not only be within 80%. I'm gonna say we will be in near as makes no difference performance parity, at least with Vulkan games and applications with the NVK driver. I'll give us about 3 years.
It's very possible, like Pedro said, with the ACO stuff, with like Mike is pulling out like, hey, random 5,000% performance improvement.
Yeah, 5,000% optimization.
Yeah, like it's.
When you think about all the big gains in software that are there to be taken, because how many decades have we just been throwing cycles at the fucking problem?
Right.
OpenGL.
Yeah.
everything is single threaded.
Well, how long in the gaming industry did we see people using DX11, bro? Because like OpenGL is too inefficient. It can't be done, except for the one fucking development studio that knew OpenGL inside out. We called him id.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you, Carmack?
Ran the most efficient, best looking bullshit tech demos that also had games attached to them sometimes, using all OpenGL. Now Vulkan. So there's games to be made. I'm looking forward to it.
It's strange future we live in, man.
I mean, but then what? I feel bad for the haters though, because some people have corporate waifus and some people have AMD for their corporate waifu, and some people have NVIDIA for their corporate waifu. What are you going to hate on when NVIDIA has like an open source graphics stack and they're at parity with AMD with their closed source and open source? Like, who do you go pick on then? Motherfuckers like with Matrox cards? Like
Dell. People who buy Dell pre-constructed computers.
Okay.
And then take off the GPU and sell the GPU separately for the same price that they bought the pre-built for?
You know, people used to be able to get away with
just
that.
fuck all those people in general. Like, those guys all deserve to, like, fucking die.
That genuinely happened between, when the world ended in 2020 and now.
When the simulation rebooted, Hey, if you want to support our simulation, head over to our support tab over at LinuxGameCast.com. We got a bunch of ways you can kick some cash all over our face, chests, and neck. We'd very much appreciate it. If not, just share the show. Tell a friend about it. Do not tell cats. That is your only warning. We have a Patreon over at patreon.com/LinuxGameCast. You can become one of the weird, one of the few, one of the many, and hang out with us in our Discord. A bunch of other bonus sodas we throw all over you for helping us out once a week. LibrePay, PayPal is also there. We got one-time donations. One of these days, I'm going to open our Bitcoin wallet. Who knows? We could be multi-bitaires. That's
if
a word.
if we have like $2 million in there, I'm going to be like simultaneously impressed and be like, yo, Ben, can I have like
then you get to watch the how do I turn the Bitcoins cast. Amazon wish list. If you want to pick us up something and send us a little piece of paper where we got to read it out on the show, we're more than happy to do it. It's like a little free bonus present you can give us. Jordan has one, Jill has one, Pedro has one, and I have one for the studio. We also have merch to put us over your face, chest, and neck over at our LGC store, along with Amazon. Like, yes?
Do we have LGC chokers? Can we get like a little Frank or like a penguin choker? So we can put LGC on your neck?
What if I could just get like a choke chain?
just a leash.
It's just fucking chain, baby.
Like a dog choker.
Our Teespring will sell you like a length of chain from Home Depot.
We can put a little voice box on it, and it goes LGC carrots when you hit the fucking floor, passed out, asphyxiated. Yeah.
You need to listen to that choker a little bit. You're looking a little.
Then for no reason, it's just going to say, buy my book.
Buy my book. Buy my book.
I do want to thank Mir for dropping a resub on Twitch. If you got those Bezo bucks laying around from your Amazon Prime, you want to kick them our way, you can come hang out with us on Tuesdays and Fridays where we do Track Mania. I'll also link that up into our Discord, and we will be there the other 6 days a week because that's where we reside. As always, we got an IRC, and we're on the social medias that we'll tell you about in just a minute. And you know what? That minute is right now. Aw, shit, son. You can always find us right here on Twitch, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, playing around with the Jitsi when it breaks, because it usually takes a couple of weeks to get that shit sorted back out. But if you want to get in touch with me, I'm Vince Stone over on zitter.eu.xx, whatever. I'm still on the Twitter thing, and we have a federated timeline where I'm just Vin over at mass.linuxgamecast.com. A couple of good conversations going on over there. You can find it. I have faith in you.
TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but I'm Jordan. You can find me.
I'm a human clock. Click.
Yeah. I'm about to explode with diarrhea. Find me on Mastodon. I'm Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com, and on X, Twitter. I'm very sad there isn't an x.xxx that redirects to Twitter. Elon, spend your money on that at the Burning Fool. Yeah, go there.
And now I have Kesha's TikTok in my head. But we're not going to fight tonight. Instead, I'm just going to point you to Mastodon. That's unaccounted for with the actual number 4.
That's what you get for listening to ska.
At mass.linuxgamecast.com.
I thought Kesha was new metal.
Prog rock, you monster.
I thought it was bluegrass.
It's just blues.
Time for some credit.
Oh man. Powered by, I guess, yes, Droid VPN. Okay. Hey. I think technically that box does have a VPN on there, so you could connect to it. We gotta thank our lovely advisors. We gotta thank Omegas, Theron, and our executive producers, Barb Brand, Scott Michaud, Atomic Gas, Mike G, Drummer, Tomas, Hakeem, Dave, Eshep, Ian, and our Chicago Kicks Ass, Little Nick Fans, Super Destote, Empty, Glorious Egg Roll, and Nubin.
Sea Monsters, Renault, Rider X Machina, Trudgy Vertanuda, Justin Nubbin, Darkwing, System T, Dancing Joe, Ogie1, and Kyrillo. With the Death Notes, Nova, Basil, Chad, Romeo, Marcin, Renee,
Good luck.
Leonardo, the
They're
Kresny,
behind
Kim,
7
Chris,
cheerlings.
Stephen, Jill, Benjamin, Do That
Alex,
Once,
all of our
Steve
cheerlings.
D,
You ever
Dirty
replay
Dean,
Gaming PP?
Xantharus
Tim?
Gaming, Rue, Turnover,
And of course, our fun
Aromatic Dev.
animals like
There was a row there I couldn't get to.
Aldius, Nautilus, John Eshep, Gamatron, Unoid, DSN, Joe, Aromatic Dev, and of course, Kai, Linux.
You are all truly
We
wonderful.
would like to thank you for your service. As always, hashtag LGC cares, and most importantly,
For your genetic material that we've taken from you.
die to fire.
Non-consensually.
See, this is your problem. Pedro, that's your problem. You always walk up to somebody and you're like, do you mind if I non-consensually take some of your DNA? And they're like, it's so weird they give it to you.
and then you just pluck one of their hairs out and you walk away.
Then he just French kisses them and runs away.
Gives them a little butt squeeze too, just for good measure. Good times. Yeah, that's what we need. We need like the Jesse James West style Pedro channel where he just like goes and collects people's DNA.
We can do that, but in order to get the financing for it, we're going to have to mix in a little bit of Jackass.
Fair enough. Can we do Kenny Rogers Jackass?
I'm Pedro Mateus, and I'm about to collect some DNA.
Can we get him to like drink an entire like 4-gallon jug of milk before he does that?
Yes, just leave it out unattended.
I'm Kenny Rogers, this is Jackass. Man, that shit was great.
Oh, man. You gotta watch out with milk, man. What was the, 22? See? Milk's dangerous.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay, but does he produce the milk?
No,
Or does
he's
he
got to
have to refill every now and
He's
then?
got to refill those things, man.
Right.
It's-
Okay.
Now, hold on. Now, did he get like a hormone implant that just causes him to like accumulate breast tissue and actually lactate though?
Yeah,
because
that was my question. It's like, does he lactate?
I mean,
I don't know what kind of sci-fi universe we exist in because Cookie Monster exists as like a person, so therefore we're operating on like Muppet logic. So,
I mean,
let's deconstruct this some more.
as a Cookie Monster, we don't know, like, what even how the reproductive system cycle.
That's true. We have no idea how Cookie Monster reproduces.
I mean, we don't even know how he continues to live because he chews all the cookies, but he doesn't actually eat them.
Maybe he eats something like intrinsic to the cookies, like when you bake a cookie, it fundamentally changes something on like the quantum level that he consumes.
assimilates
He
the
absorbs
essence
this.
of the cookie.
We just assume those are cookies, not printed, minted souls of children
Yeah,
that he's absorbing.
yeah. I'm just watching our Twitch viewer count just go down. Because the number just falls to 0.
That's why we don't have photos enabled on the live stream. What goes on in Discord stays in Discord.
Yeah, use your Twitch Prime sub if you want to see what's really going on.
Oh man, that's a scene from 1 Hour Photo.
I've not seen that movie. That was the.
It's a Robin Williams film, dark yeah.
It was. I thought it was like a horror film. Like
No.
Okay.
It is it's just I don't want to call it a dark comedy. That's really what it is. It's not gory at all.
Okay, that's just that one bit.
Yeah. That's a
well, like, because I remember it was like some kind of like psychological horror movie.
It is. At least it is. It's he's a little stocky. But it's a great indie film that he basically acted in at rate.
Yeah, because like, Robin Williams was like all about being a serious actor and shit. Like,
yeah, and so or at scale, whatever you want to call it. And it is not a Robin Williams movie, but he did a great job as a character.
Yeah, and that was the thing. That was like late in the 90s when he was like trying to get away from all the comedy stuff. He was doing like there was 1 Hour Photo. There was like
Death Becomes Her. No,
even like Bicentennial Man.
What was the one where he goes to rescue his wife from hell?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I watched that movie. Not What Dreams May Come.
That sounds familiar. I don't know. Are you sure?
What Dreams May Come, I think was maybe that was, or am I thinking of the baseball one?
Let me see. What Dreams May.
Yeah, where he's in heaven and he has to go to hell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that
Keiko
he's going
O'Brien is in it.
Through hell with who he thinks is his friend, but it turns out to be his kid.
Yeah.
I can even find Robin Williams in this one.
Wet Dreams May Come. that was the porno version. See, so here's that is nostalgic as fuck for me because I had to watch this movie in high school English class, and we would joke, yeah, we're gonna watch Wet Dreams May Come, and so they made one actually. So yeah, good. That's 13-year-old Jordan is like, yes. I'm the guy in the sicko shirt. I want to get that shirt, but it's really expensive.
What is?
The sicko shirt from The Onion, you know, the one cartoon where the guy's like in the window and he has like a sicko shirt and he's like, yes.
Oh, I'm sure it'd be, if I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yes. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm that guy right now. the Onion sells that shirt, but it's $40, and I'm like, ooh,
that's a bit much.
That's a bit much. I do want a sicko shirt though, because I am a bit of a sicko.
We got everybody. You guys want to blow my ass up?
Yeah, let's telefrag each other.
Yeah, I was thinking about some keep talking.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that too. I'm down.
What about you, Pedro?
Bombmanual.com.
Breathe, damn you.
If you would like to play at home, you don't even need to buy the game. You can just go to this page and download a PDF, unless you're Jalad, in which case, stay away from PDFs forever. They're evil. Oh, they have a view as webpage. Okay, so you can have a JavaScript injection run against your browser and scoop up your home directory. Cool.
Awesome.
Oh.
As everybody Steam's just decided the best it can do is like 300 megabits on downloads for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, it's not just me then. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I even got off the beta client. I'm like, is this like a problem with the update?
I tried switching servers. I usually do, like, whenever there's an issue with the UK server, I switch back to the Portuguese server. It's like, to check. Mm-hmm. No, it's slow.
All right. So, yeah, like I've been bouncing around states. I even hit London just out of curiosity. I was like, let's go this way. And, yeah, like best I'm getting like 300 megabits.
Yeah, sometimes Steam is just like, no, this is what you get.
Normally not an issue, but when you're downloading a 100 gig game.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
and your brain is like, I should only be this, I should be doing this like an hour quicker.
I have kept Cyberpunk on an SSD specifically because I don't want to have to download that shit from Steam again.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll light up the after shows in for a bit.
Speaking of 300 megabit cap, I really wish the Steam in-home download shit would just get rid of that 300 megabit cat and let me stream it or let me copy it at wire speed.
Oh.
Because it's slow as shit. Rsync is so much faster. Like, if you just do, like, SCP or whatever. But if you do it through Steam, it takes, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, the Steam, like, network sharing thing that they implemented for the regular client is a bit shit. The one that they had for Steam CMD, where you could effectively set up your own Steam mirror server with just Steam CMD, that one used to work okay. So what the fuck happened?
Hey, look, man, somebody made a live-action Norm Macdonald. That's the pigeon.
Ah. Drunk pigeon. Yeah, drunk birds are a thing, because, like, they'll eat the fermented fruit, and then they'll just, like, be all fucking drunk and flying around.
Yeah, this was just drinking tequila, man.
Yeah. Yeah. This one needed to feel something, so I needed something.
Anybody who drinks that watches that video, you're like, yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It's like, I can stand, I know how to stand. Shut up, I'm just gonna look at the ground. So I can
It's all right,
measure
it's all
the
right.
distance.
Hey, don't worry about me. Leave me alone. I got it.
How much is Phantom Liberty? $40.
Mm-hmm.
Is it $40 here?
No, it's probably like $30.
Yeah. It's like expansion pack price.
It's $29.99. I would send you a copy, but you don't like the regional pricing thing. Huh?
Yep. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale, anyways.
That's what I'm waiting for Starfield.
I have enough backlog that, like, I'm not worried.
I bought the complete edition for Fallout 4 in 2019, so 4 years after the game came out, for £10.
What is? Hold on. So what is actually on my list of shit that I've been actually proper meaning to play? So BG3, going through that.
Shovel Knight.
Nah, I'm not.
That's how desperate I am, man.
Oh,
Metroidvania platformer. I'm like, fuck, I never beat Shovel Knight.
There was one that Mir posted.
Hey, if you're in the live stream, check this out. I'm going to be in the after shows, and so if you want to participate or keep on listening, that's where we'll be.
Blasphemous 2 is out, and apparently that one's, like, substantially better than the first one. They just lost their main artist that did all the creepy Catholic stuff. So it's as fucked up as the last game. It's not even more fucked up.
There we go.
Moonscars, yes, thank you, Mir.
I do want to actually, like, start taking a crack at the Fallout series, because I kind of skipped it. I never played it.
Nice.
And I got
Hello,
New
Jill.
Vegas. So,
Jordan.
hello.
Ben.
Oh, Joe.
New Vegas is probably a good one to start with, yeah. The first two...
I tried starting New Vegas once, and I kicked a chicken, and the entire town attacked me, and I'm like, okay, fuck this.
You didn't turn around like, bitch, I played Skyrim, let's go.
Yeah.
I will kill every single one of you in this
I didn't.
town.
This was pre me getting a gun. I'm just like, what's the attack button? Punch chicken. They're like, oh, you motherfucker! You don't punch my chicken, I'll kill you.
The first two are, if you played Planescape Torment, basically that.
Yeah. So
I gotta do a bio break,
have,
get up and do all that stuff, so I'll be back.
So I have New Vegas. I have 4 on PS4 because it was $5 in a bargain bin at a drugstore, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, I have a PlayStation. That is dirt cheap. So I got PS4 Fallout. I don't have what else? Outer Wilds, I guess, is the other one. Fallout, Starfield,
Worlds.
or Worlds, yeah. What else?
Outer Wilds is also a first-person game, but it's a different one.
They're both space games, which
Yes.
fucked me up even more. Because it's like, no, the space one, but they're both space.
Yeah.
I'm looking
No,
forward to the
I,
Talos Principle too. Yay!
Are you looking forward to more Robo Mormons?
Yes.
Mormons?
Yeah.
I am Elohim.
More, or are they
Yes.
more bots?
More bots, new physics, and the game looks even more beautiful than it did before. It's just, I can't believe it's been so many years since we've had Talos Principle came out. My God, 2014.
I
Didn't seem
got
like
annoyed.
that long ago.
I'm not gonna lie, I got really annoyed with the last few sections of puzzles of Talos because I can see what I'm doing, and yet I'm either being foiled by the one robot that's trying to get me to stop, or the robot
yeah.
that's supposed to come to help me is stuck somewhere, and I have to go back 3 or 4 steps to get it to go into position to the right place. It's like, oh, okay, now we're moving. All right, that was only 20 minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
Yeah. Yeah, Pedro, I remember there were 3 different endings. I got through 2. Did you get through all 3?
Nope, I finished it once and that's it, done.
Okay.
I gotta finish up
Yeah.
Mass Effect. That's the other thing. I wanted
I
to
like
play
the
with
story. Like the story that they told in the terminals, and I was basically just getting through
Yeah.
the puzzles because I want to get to the terminal because I want to get the story. I want to know what happened to the people, and it was testing my patience by the end.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in the bunker, the Amnesia one?
The roguelike elements have me curious, but at the same time, the game where, okay, you have a gun and shooting the monster just makes it more pissed off, so why even have the gun?
As a distraction? Make a noise?
Yeah, and to shoot the rats and to shoot the locks off of things, yeah, but the unkillable monster makes sense in a situation where you are defenseless. If you have a gun and then you get a shotgun and then you get dynamite, you throw all of that at something that's fleshy and running around after you. The disconnect of it just not dying.
So, but that's cosmic horror, right? Is your normal means of dealing with the problem don't work. You can't shoot this thing in the brain because it doesn't have a brain. You drain all of its blood. It doesn't actually need the blood. That's just there to fuck you up. But I get how, like, from a gameplay perspective wise, it's frustrating because, like, you've been conditioned from that perspective of, like, the first person shooter that I should be able to do this, but I can't. So
you're thwarting my means of dealing with that particular situation. Okay, maybe just have the monster have shit tons of HP. Okay, cool.
But again, like that. Then you create the possibility that you can kite the monster to death, and I think like that this is the fine line that horror games have to thread, insofar as like granting the player agency to make choice while still maintaining an appropriate amount of tension and pressure on the player by limiting what they can do, because that's the only way you can convey the fear is to like remove control from the player.
And Amnesia: The Dark Descent did that very well. It put those limitations in place. I wasn't a fan of Daniel has nyctophobia, so you can't be in the dark or he starts screaming and the monsters hear where he is. But
a really effective horror tabletop RPG is Dread, because the resolution mechanism is a game of Jenga. Every time you want to do something, you have to take out a Jenga block. So there is that actual tension of, like, you know, will I physically be able to do the thing? And, like, horror is hard. Horror is, like, the hardest fucking genre to pull off.
yes,
Like, so, like, I don't blame them for failing, because, like, it's hard to like reliably scare people.
And yeah, it gets to the point, at least from the people that I saw, they were talking about the game. It gets to the point where the monster doesn't even pose that much of a challenge, it's just a hindrance. And at that point, the game sort of loses its appeal. It's like, oh, the monster's a big scary thing that you can't kill. And it's like, okay, I can't kill it, but I...
Machine for pigs.
It's not... Yeah, it's not...
You can defeat the monster with a chip.
Yeah. It's not a chair in that case, but yeah, you learn the patterns of the monster well enough that you can avoid it, like the alien and Alien Isolation.
Yeah, but the Alien and Alien Isolation is smart, especially on those harder difficulties. It plays mind games with you, but like, and again, like, but that's the line you got to thread, and like, once you lose the threat, then you've lost everything, right? Like, the horror game is no longer effective. Like, the horror mechanism is no longer effective.
Which is also why Amnesia Darkness had worked so well, because most of the time you didn't have a monster. There was no imminent danger, but you could hear it. It was always in the background. You were getting the reminders of, you know, what's out there, what's looking for you.
Versus Soma, which I felt kept like a very consistent like horror atmosphere. But the sci-fi story that it was trying to tell was just way more interesting than the horror shit. And I'm like, no, I don't want the existentialist, like, shit. I want to see where this cool sci-fi story is going about body swapping and, like, fucking brain copying, right? Like...
Soma had the disparity of... Yeah, it's a frictional game, so it has to have the monsters somehow.
Yeah, but it is a much better sci-fi story than a horror game, and like,
yes,
it would have worked great as a movie.
And if they actually did the movie, they could actually start or do some clever narrative thing with the, because there was a studio, an indie studio that did a bunch of shorts explaining what happened before the game.
Okay.
They're available on YouTube. You can go see. And Frictional actually paid them to do a few official ones that they used for the promotion, and then they just carried on and continued doing just with those characters until they effectively it ends with Imogen Reed, the body whose person you embody in Soma, with her just collapsing at the end. It's like, very well done.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Amnesia. I actually want to play it again because I had played it when it was first new, and I don't remember it all, the whole story.
Yeah,
Amnesia seems like one of those games that because like it's so dark, you can't really remember like everything.
Yeah, that
I remember the puzzles.
Yeah.
I think I could probably still resolve the puzzles.
Yes.
but navigating and evading the monster is still like the
that would be like a whole new. Oh, okay. I think I saw a cupboard back there. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this shit.
Yeah.
I found a different hole to hide in last time, and I can't find it again.
Last time I played it was the annoying bit was, the bit with the water, that the invisible monster you just see, the footsteps in the water, and you have to, like, you have a very specific path you need to go through, and it's a openish area with multiple
Telling you,
paths.
man, rocket launcher. Rocket launcher.
Yeah, I always have to turn out my brightness like 100% just so I can play those games. But I do love, like, Amnesia was so well done. I really liked it.
Like, the Penumbra games were a very good start, and the combat on that one actually, it was hard combat because you weren't playing a soldier or a fighter or anything. It was just a dude that all of a sudden has a hammer in his hand, and there's a zombie dog chomping at your leg. So you gotta do the weird swings, which works very well as horror games go because you had the same weird combat systems like in Silent Hill. Because none of your Silent Hill characters except for Silent Hill 5, but that was done by a Western studio. And that game wasn't scary. So, yeah.
Pedro, have you played any new P-likes?
New what?
P-likes.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I still need to finish the French one, Steel Rising.
The best thing in the world now is if you go to somebody who streams Dark Souls and ask them if it's a P-like. They don't get happy.
Is it a P list? Like an iPhone manifest? Like a plist?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, do you guys get your bomb diffusing manuals?
I
Yeah,
do, and I also
have the web version.
have I have a notepad here to write shit down because someone else should probably get one because I don't think I can reliably do this because I am very stoned.
Jordan.
What? I'm intoxicated on legal substances that I
Well,
can
the devil's
restore.
cabbage, yes, we all know.
Yeah.
It's not cabbage. It's kale.
The devil's kale. Okay. It's high and mighty cabbage.
I'm telling you, man, this dude gets a new sidewalk now. Kale.
Yeah, smoking kale, snorting kombucha, I guess.
All right, let's give this a run. See how long we
It's gonna be fun to watch because you guys haven't played this in a while.
You gotta participate, Jill.
No, I'm not gonna play this one. I don't think I've played it in like 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Is Patrick gonna help out? We need more brains on this.
All right, I'm gonna need a code, gentlemen.
A code? What kind of code?
It kind of tells me to get on screen. You guys got to give it, not me.
We're ready. I have the manual up.
Hi.
Yeah, I've had it up. I've been linking it in the chat. So
Verification code
Ask a
241.
friend. Thank you, Pedro. Before you begin, let's go over the controls. All right. Select the bomb on the table. Done. Got the blue wires on the top metal module. All right. Done. Pick up this new bomb. Wait. Okay. Wait. Deselect the bomb. Yay, we're bomb defusing experts.
Okay.
If you ever need a reminder of these controls, yeah, I'm just going to click on shit until I explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
All right, let's open. Section 1, game overview, controls the first bomb, gentlemen. Let's go.
All right.
I say we're going to get to 2.2. There's 2.1 through 2.4.
Okay.
Letterboard, Ven. Top 95%. All right,
That's not very good.
let's go.
All right.
You guys are not allowed to watch the live stream.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the live stream. I see your beautiful face, and that's
Yes.
it. I also got
And the manual on the other screen, and Discord
yeah.
on the other screen.
Yeah, and I got a notepad because we're gonna have to write shit down.
All right, gentlemen. I have a bomb with 4 modules. Wait, 6 module. Clock upper left-hand corner. I got 4 buttons in the bottom left-hand corner. I have wires in the top middle module and a white
Wires.
hold button on the top right.
All right.
Okay,
let's
how
start,
many
let's start with
wires?
wires.
How many wires? 6.
6 wires. All right.
wires.
So if there are no yellow wires,
There's
and
yellow
the
wires.
what is the last digit of the serial number of the bomb?
Of the bomb, serial digit 6.
6. All right. So if the serial number is odd, cut the third wire so don't do anything. Otherwise, if is there exactly 1 yellow wire and there is more
2
than
yellow
1 white-
wires.
Okay. So if there are there otherwise if there are no red wires, cut the last
1
wire.
red wire.
Otherwise, cut the 4th wire.
We got the 4th wire if there's a red wire.
Yeah. If there are no red wires.
4th wire from the bottom.
Fourth wire from the top.
From the top.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
White hold button, and I have the symbol
White
button.
hold button?
The symbol button is the ampersand looking thing, copyright thing, something with a chin looking on it, and the back and forwards K with a line down the middle.
All right, so one column from before has. All right, so sorry, what were those symbols again?
At symbol,
At symbol.
copyright
okay.
symbol.
Okay.
I got something that looks like a ball sack with an ear in the middle,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then I got the forward and backwards K with an I in the middle.
Okay. So it is copy. So it is copyright.
Okay.
At sign.
Nope.
No, it's copyright ball sack.
Ball sack.
Ball sack. Right. Sorry, you said ball sack.
At sign,
Uh-huh.
the X and I.
Got it.
The K thing. Yep.
Yeah. Is that it done?
That's it. I got a white hold button.
White
Okay,
hold
the white
button.
hold button.
All right. So the button. All right. So if the button is blue and the button says abort, hold the button. If there is more than one battery on the bomb and the button says detonate, no. If the button is white and there is a lit indicator with the label car, is there?
No, it's white hold button.
White hold button. If there are
Is
more
there
than two batteries,
an indicator somewhere else on
One
the bomb
battery.
with the label car?
All right.
No, my
button is
label
not-
says Bob.
the button is not yellow. It is white. The button is not red. If none of the above apply, hold the button and refer to releasing a held button. All right. Hold on. So hold down the button. Is there a stripe?
It's blue.
Release when the countdown timer has a 4 in any position.
9, 8, 7, 6. Hey!
We did it.
Hey!
You did it good.
Balls.
Ball
So
sack.
yeah, I thought the R thing was like the ball sack with the ear. That's why I didn't mess. I see what you mean when you say
Wait.
ball sack now.
We had 1 minute 44 remaining, so not bad for a. Mods? What kind of mods do we have?
Third person mode.
What are mods? Mods or modification? Yeah, I know that. New modules. Oh, okay. All right. Manage mods. No, you know what? We're not. No. There's a Boston one, though. All right, bombs. Something old, something new, section 2.1.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Let's go. 3 strikes, 5 minutes, 3 modules.
Okay, doable.
Okay. No light? No light. All right, I got 3 modules. I got the 4 buttons, I got the wires, 5 wires, and I got something that looks like battleships.
All right, for the 4 symbol buttons.
4 symbol buttons is the A, letter A with a T in the middle.
Sure.
Mhm.
I got something that looks like a cursive H.
Okay.
I got something
Yep.
that looks like a heartbeat going vertically. And I got,
Oh, right.
yeah, then I got something that looks like the Half-Life thing.
Half.
The lambda. Yeah.
Wow,
The
lambda.
lambda with a little cross on the top.
Yeah.
All right, so it is
Yeah.
it is A lambda.
A
heartbeat,
then lambda or the A?
A then lambda, the heartbeat, and then the H.
Okay. All right.
Cool. How many wires?
3, 4, 5.
5 wires. If the last wire is black
Nope.
and the last digit of the serial number is odd, not black.
Yeah, move on.
Otherwise,
If the first one, if there's exactly one red wire, and is there more than one yellow wire?
No. 1 red, 1 yellow, 3 blue.
All right.
okay.
Yeah, are there 3 black wires?
No.
All right. Otherwise, cut the first wire.
Nope.
No. All right, let's-
Otherwise, if there are no black wires, cut the second wire.
Yes. All right. Now we're down to battleships. There's the 2 green things. There's a red triangle floating around and a white dot. Right square. White square.
Oh, Simon Says.
I fucking guess.
Okay. One of the 4 colored buttons will flash using the color
Wait,
table.
No, I mean it's a grid. It's a grid array.
It's a grid array.
6 down and 6 across.
6
Oh,
down,
mazes.
6
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure. All right. Find the maze with the matching circular markings. All right. So, where are the markings?
The markings, upper left-hand corner. It's 1 down from top left,
Okay.
and the other one is 3 down from top right.
3 down from top right. Okay, so it's the first one on the corner of the page. It's the top left.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So, all right. So the diffuser must navigate the white light to the red triangle using the arrow buttons. Warning: do not cross the lines shown on the map. All right. So, okay. So, where is the triangle?
The triangle is 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 across, 1 down. Wait, the triangle or the white dot?
So the
Goddamn, yes or no? Triangle or white dot?
For what?
You're
The
telling
red
me.
triangle. The red triangle is your cursor. That's the one you
Okay.
need to
Yes.
navigate.
2 over, 3 down.
Okay. So you okay.
Wait, yeah, 1 over, 3 down. My bad.
Do you got it, Pedro?
2 over, 3 down. Okay, so
1
go,
over, 3 down.
Oh, so okay, so go up,
Go up. Okay.
right.
Whoops.
No.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Right again.
Okay.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's hard to describe because you have to navigate the triangle without touching the lines on the maze.
Yes.
So we have to like give you the directions of like.
Well,
go
that's
down,
the whole thing.
down.
Like, my triangle wasn't the thing that was moving; it was the white dot that was moving.
Oh.
Okay, must navigate the white dot to white light to the red triangle using the arrow buttons.
That's what I was trying to explain to him. And I'm sorry, I failed. I failed on my part. I didn't power through it.
We hadn't run into that one before, I don't think.
No.
The wires and the buttons we've done before. This one we haven't done before. So.
All right. Let's see.
I was trying to just like, okay, what here looks like Battleship?
Yeah.
Oh, maze.
Okay, we got 4 modules. We got a clock. We got the battleship. We got the white abort button, and we got the 4 glyphs.
All right, the button. All right, so if the button is blue and says abort,
White
that
abort
doesn't-
button.
Yeah. I'm going through the list, man. If there is more than 1 battery on the button and the button says detonate, doesn't apply. If the button is white and there is a lit indicator with the label car, is there a label car? No. Is there more than 2 batteries on the bomb and there is a label called FRK? No.
What?
If the button is yellow, hold the button. If the button is red, if none of the above apply, hold the button and refer to releasing a held button. So we're on 7, Pedro?
Hold on. If the button is white, there's a lit indicator with car. Hold the button to. Is there a
said
lit
no.
indicator that says car? No.
There's no indicator that says car.
So I think we're on
Is
7.
there a
All right,
lit
so-
indicator that says FRK?
There's no lit indicator that has words
All right.
anywhere on the bomb.
All right, hold down the
Cool.
button.
Hold down the button.
What color's the strip?
Yellow.
Release when the countdown timer has a 5 in any position.
Done.
Okay.
Cool.
What's next?
The symbols.
Symbols. @ sign, backwards C with a dot, upside down question mark, and a star.
Backwards C with it. Oh yes. So what were they again?
It was. He said @ C with a dot, question mark, backwards question
Upside
mark,
down question mark.
upside and star. Yeah. Okay. So it is.
Backwards C, @
Yeah,
sign,
backwards.
star,
In question
upside
mark.
down question mark.
Yeah.
Done. Okay, now all we have is battleships.
Battleships again. Okay, so where are the indicators?
Green indicators. First one is starting from the top left, 4 over.
Okay.
Top
I think he's in the bottom middle.
over.
Okay.
Yes.
And the,
Now the second indicator,
yeah.
starting from the
The
top
white one?
left, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 down, and 2 over.
Yeah. Okay. So you're on the bottom one. All right. Where is the triangle?
Triangle is from the top left, 1, 2, 3, 4, over, and 1, 2, 3 down.
All right. So I think one of the dots you can just press down and you're there. Is one of the dots is right next to the triangle, right?
You move the white one, so
Yeah, my
the
white dot
one
is in the bottom right-hand corner right now.
The bottom right-hand corner?
Bottom right-hand corner.
Okay, so you're gonna have to go all the way to the left.
All the way to the left.
All the way to the left.
Okay.
All but one up.
Yep.
Okay.
One right, one up.
Yep.
One right, one up. Uh-huh.
Two to the right, and one down.
Okay.
One to the right, one up.
One to the right, one up. Uh-huh.
To the right, one, and down.
To the right one?
Yes, one to the right.
Thank you.
3 down.
Uh-huh.
4 down, sorry. Yes.
One more down.
No.
Okay.
You were right. Goddamn.
Left, 1, up 1.
Left 1. Done.
Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was that or the one above it. Cool.
This is the wrong time for confidently incorrect.
Look, there are 4 dots vertically. It's like 3 down. It was already on the place. It's like, no, one more. No.
Look at you trying to be a Cardassian.
There are 5 lights, Pedro.
Yes. No, there are 6 for that matter.
Okay, we did that one with 1 minute and 17 remaining. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Only one almost oopsie. All right. This is the one that I've prophesized that we will double your money.
Double or nothing.
No. Not allowed to look at the bomb diffusion manual. Like, that would help. Trying to...
Yeah, trying to read and do this at the same time? Yeah, no.
All right, we're fucked, gentlemen. I got 2 sets of wires. I have 2 buttons. One of my buttons is red that says press. The other button is white that says hold. I have a glyph panel with a wizard.
One at a time. Let's pick a button.
Okay, let's go. Okay, you want to start with the buttons? I was going to say start with the wires, but
whatever. Just let's start with one and go.
Plenty of time. Just
wires.
Wires. All right.
Wires.
We got
Pick
2
one
packs
of the
of
wire
wires.
things.
First wire.
First wire.
Pick, how many wires?
How many wires?
Pick one of the modules, and how many wires does it have?
Both have 6.
They both have 6. Okay.
All right. So on the first one, if there are no yellow wires and the last digit of the serial number is odd, are there yellow wires?
There are 4 yellow wires.
All right. Okay. Otherwise, if there is exactly 1 yellow wire, that doesn't apply. Otherwise, if are there no red wires?
1 red wire.
All right. Cut the 4th wire.
Done.
All right. Second set of wires.
The other wire module.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if there are no yellow wires and the last digit of the serial number is odd, cut the 3rd wire. There are yellow wires. Otherwise, if there is exactly 1 yellow wire, doesn't
Read that
apply.
first one back to me.
If there are no yellow wires and the last digit of the serial number is odd, cut the 3rd wire. Otherwise,
is 0 even or odd?
0 is even.
Yeah.
All right, then nope.
Yeah. Otherwise, if there is exactly 1 yellow wire and there is more than 1 white wire, cut the 4th wire.
No yellows.
Otherwise, if there are no red wires, cut the last wire.
Done.
Okay.
Cool.
Button.
Buttons.
All right, glyph panel. We got a wizard's wand. Looks like a question mark with a long tail. We got a copyright symbol, we got a star, and we got the forward and backwards K with the I in the middle.
Okay, it's the 3rd column. So, what were the symbols again?
Wizard staff. Copyright symbol. Star. Forward backwards K with an I.
Okay, so copyright symbol, forward backwards K, wizard staff, and star.
All right, gentlemen, we are down to 2 buttons. One is red that says press, and one is white that says hold.
All right, let's start with the red one. All right, so if the button is blue, doesn't apply. Is there more than one battery on the bomb and the button says detonate? Doesn't apply. Is the button white? Doesn't apply. If there are more than 2 batteries on the bomb and there's a lit indicator with label FRK...
Are you supposed to remember these? Because you're just rattling shit off before I even get a chance to look.
You said that it's a red button, right?
Red button that says press. Do we have solutions to it?
Yeah, I'm going through the list.
It's confusing when you're reading through the list like that, my man. To me.
Okay. All right. Whatever.
Are there 2 batteries?
1 battery.
On the bomb. 1 battery. Okay.
What does the button say?
It's a red button that says press.
That says press?
Okay,
Right.
so hold the
press the
button
button and
down.
hold
What's the color of the strip?
White.
Has a 1 in any position. Release when the countdown timer has a 1 in any position.
Good. Now we're
All
onto
right,
the white
second
one
button.
that says hold.
All right. So the
White
button is
one.
blue. Doesn't apply. More than 1 battery. If the button is white and there's a lit indicator with car, is there a lit indicator with car? All right. If there are more than 2 batteries, no. If the button is yellow, if the button is red, press and hold the button.
Okay.
What's the stripe?
Blue.
Blue. When the countdown timer has a 4 release.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right. This bitch is still ticking.
Is there anything on the other side?
Oh shit, one more Moonglyph panel. We got a wizard staff. We got the at symbol, forward and back K, then we got the lambada.
Okay. What were those again? Sorry.
Wizard stat at
K symbols.
lambda.
Okay. So it's the at symbol,
Uh-huh.
the wizard staff.
Yeah. Nope, it's not.
It's the K, sorry. And
Okay.
then the wizard staff, then the lambda.
All right.
Yeah. I'm scrambling to write down the symbols as you say them, then, so that like we have something to
Get it.
refer to. All right. I gotta go urinate. I'm gonna.
Don't
It's a
explode.
stressful game.
We had 36 seconds left on that one.
Wow.
That was good. That was very good.
It's a team effort. It's gotta suck being on training day. I assume that regular bombs are not done in this manner because that would be kind of a dick move. But imagine if this was a real job. Like, imagine getting a new hire. You're like, oh lord. Pedro, okay, this is how it works in the real world. You're the trainer. Do you take the book or the bomb?
It depends. If I had the manual for that long and I probably had some of the things memorized, I'd probably take the bomb and only ask for the modules that I wasn't sure.
What if you owe the trainee money?
Probably still take the bomb.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you ever wear pants?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I wear pants.
All right, this is great. Damn.
That's an odd question to ask.
Like in the house, do you ever wear pants?
Yeah, I've worn sweatpants on
I
screen.
was just like thinking about it. It's like I haven't seen you wear pants in a long time, man.
I'm pretty sure I wore pants last week.
I did. You could have worn a fucking clown suit last week, and I wouldn't have noticed.
That's right.
Last week it was a little rough.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I do wear pants around the house sometimes. It does get cold in the basement here, so. And especially now that I've lost all my fucking insulation, I'm like, I'm all cold. I need a blanket or a sweater.
We need to get you some mittens.
Yeah, I need some kitten mittens.
Some of those fucky mittens too. I used to have those as a kid with no fingers on them.
Yeah.
It's just like the one big hand thumb.
Yeah. Oh, so not even the thumb. You just
Oh
get
no,
like
you get the thumb to give you fucking illusions of hope of grabbing the thing, and you're like, yeah, this is bullshit. And you take it off anyway, and you lose it, and you just take the other one off. Yeah. All right, let's get dead.
Okay.
This one's gonna kill us. Feel it.
I feel it in my bones, which are shattered into a million pieces by the explosion.
One step up. Dude, if we get 2-4, I'm calling it. I'm gonna go out on a high note. 5 minutes, 4 modules, 3 strikes.
Okay.
4 modules, okay.
For those who've made it this far and want something tougher but not too tough. Okay.
Yes, that's is that us? I don't know. I think I'm fine with the current level of toughness.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
I want medium rare. Let's go. Okay, what do we want? We got Battleship. We got 4 buttons. We got a new thing with words in it like next, and done, and like, and sure. And
what is the
word?
using the label from who's on first? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Read
Read the display and use step 1 to determine which button label to read.
Okay, it currently says red.
It says red.
Okay.
Red. Okay. So using the button label determine. So it is the rightmost column, second down.
Okay, it says sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
No.
Okay, take 2. It says the word is says.
Bottom right one.
Bottom right. Got it.
Okay.
That's 1. C. C-E-E.
C-E...
Like Windows.
Yeah. Bottom right one again.
Bottom right one again. Incorrect.
What?
New word. Blank.
Blank. Oh, I see how this goes. Blank. All right. 1. What the fuck? Blank.
We are coming up on the 3-minute mark.
Wait, right, okay, middle, blank, press, ready, nothing, no, what, left, yes, first. Does any of the buttons
You didn't
have
ask
those?
me what I thought you were having a stroke, Pedro. You gotta help me out here.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
in
Okay.
blank, you have to basically press the buttons as I'm saying them if you have them.
All right, say them. Start saying them.
Wait, right, okay,
Mm-hmm.
middle, blank, press, ready, nothing, no, what, left,
Nope. What?
No.
Oh, is there a
Okay.
difference between what and what with a question mark?
yes, apparently.
Yes, there is. There is a. If you look later on in the list, Pedro, there is one what with a question mark, which I don't blame you for not seeing, because this is like trying to fucking activate the Winter Soldier, man. Like boxcar, freight train, November
Yeah.
23.
That's shit. That's a shit module.
All right, we'll try one more time. One more time.
Fuck that.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 modules. One of them, Simon Says. One of them is 4 numbers with a display above it. The other one is the 4 moon glyphs, and we got one with wires.
Let's do
start
wires
with
first.
the wires.
3
Yeah,
wires.
we're good at wires. All right, 3 wires. All right. If there are no red wires, cut the second wire. Otherwise, if the last wire is white, cut the last wire.
Nope.
Otherwise, if there is more than one blue wire, cut the last blue wire.
Nope.
Otherwise, cut the last wire.
Cut the last wire it is. Yes.
All right. Simon
Okay.
Says.
Simon Says.
All right. One of the 4 colored buttons will flash. Using the correct table, press the button with the corresponding color. The original button will flash, followed by another. Repeat the sequence in the order using the color mapping. The sequence will lengthen by 1 each time you correctly enter a sequence until the module is disarmed. We're gonna die. All right. Pedro, you got this?
Okay.
More time, gentlemen,
does
come
the
on.
serial number contain a vowel?
A vowel. A-E. Yes.
Okay. So we have no strikes yet, right?
No strikes.
Okay, what's flashing? What color is flashing?
Yellow.
Yellow is flashing, so press the green button.
Okay. Then it blinked yellow, red.
Yellow, red. So press green and blue.
Okay. Yellow, red, green.
So green, blue, yellow.
Yes, we're good.
Okay. What was the other module?
4 block of glyphs.
Okay.
We have
for
a
the
diseased number 6.
Mm-hmm.
We have a backwards N. We have an Omega. And we have a Trident.
Okay, so it's backwards 6, the Trident, the backwards N, and Omega.
Okay, last module, gentlemen. I have the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the number 2 on the screen.
Okay, stage 1. If the display is 2, press the button in the second position.
All right. Done.
All right, what is the button in the second position?
2.
Okay,
Right, stage 2. What number is on the display?
4.
4. Press the button in the same position as you pressed in stage 1, so the second.
Okay. Which will be 4.
And stage 3. What's the display?
3.
3. Press the button in the third position.
Okay, which will be number 4.
Okay.
Stage 4.
3.
What's the display is 3. Press the button in the same position as you pressed in stage 2.
Which
Third
will be number
position.
4. Which stage 2 was second position, right?
Second position, yeah.
Okay, so it'll be number 4. All right. And 1.
1. Press the button with the same label as you pressed in stage 1.
4. Right?
2.
4.
2.
Oh, 2?
2?
2.
Done.
Perfect.
I was writing that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
down
yeah.
as you were going, so.
I remember there was
'cause
one fucky thing like this. Yeah.
Yeah. It matters like what the position and what the number are. So every time it's like writing down, what is it? Writing down, what is it? And now we got it. Oh, stressful. I'm glad this isn't my full-time job. Otherwise, I would be dead.
Time remaining 1 minute and 50. I think we did pretty good on that one.
That was
Great.
Yeah,
We're in the top 35. We're beating Osiris, Casey Clism, and Steve-O.
nice. Suck it, Osiris. We're coming after you. Dual booter.
All right. This is, I think, going to be the...
Man, my notebook is gonna look like a fucking serial killer or fucking Zodiac killer shit,
I
man.
told you should have used yarn like a normal
No,
person.
no, you've been listening to one of those Russian number stations.
Yeah, right? This is totally my manifesto, you guys.
All right. This one, we only get 3 minutes.
That's a little tight.
We only have 3 modules, so we got a minute a module.
Oh, but they're all gonna be the fucky ones.
Yeah, probably. This one's just straight up a game of Tetris.
It's all mazes. All mazes.
Oh,
All right. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on. Wake up. All right. 3 modules. One is the one with the screen with the numbers below it. We got one with the glyphs on it, 4 glyphs, and we got the other one with the phrases. The word, then we got to do the phrases in order.
All right, you want to do memory first? Numbers. Pedro?
Numbers. We're doing numbers.
Okay.
Number 4 is on the
numbers
screen.
is-
All right,
Number 4 is on the screen, so press the button in the 4th position.
Okay, which will be number 2.
Okay.
Done. 3.
Number 3, press the button in the 1st position.
Number 4 it is.
Okay.
3.
3, press the button in the 3rd position.
Number 4.
Okay.
4.
Press the button in the same position as you pressed in stage 2.
First.
1.
Okay.
3.
3, press the button with the same label you pressed in stage 4.
1.
1. Cool. All right, glyphs. Let me tell you about the glyphs. Copyright symbol. We have the Half-Life symbol.
Okay.
We got the ball sack. And And we got the forward and backwards K.
Okay, so it's copyright, ballsack, forward and backwards K, and the lambda.
All right. Now we got the modules. The word is first.
First. All right, so top right.
There's top right. So I got like the 6 things to say. I got next, what, question mark, you are, and hold, and So top right.
All right.
Okay, so
hold on.
wait,
So
read the
it
label.
says
The top
first.
right is
Next. Here's the word next. The word at the top of the screen is first. And I got 6 options to fill in. We got less than a minute.
What is what is the option on the top right?
Next. The word next, N-E-X-T.
next.
NEXT.
Okay, so press the button which appears first of the ones I'm about to say. What with a question mark?
Okay.
With only with 3 H's. With 2 H's. Your, hold, sure, next,
Wait.
done.
We're dead. The word's read now.
Read.
Read.
R-E-E-D with like a
R-E-A-D.
plant? R-E-A-D.
Okay.
Okay.
The middle right one.
Middle right.
Middle right. Nope.
What does it say?
Oh, Jesus.
First step is to read what it says on the position. We say.
Instructions.
Yeah, those word ones are hard.
We did say that.
Yeah.
You're right, Pedro. I fucked it up all by myself.
We fucked up as a team. It
Yes.
was everyone, but mostly that. Oh, there's. All right. I said that as I scrolled past the word Venn because there's a Venn diagram in here. I'm like, did I just have a stroke? No. No.
right.
Oh God. The wiring one looks. There's like there's a second set of wires that looks awful.
Complicated wires, yeah.
Wire sequences.
I'm sure the game actually gets difficult after we get out of toddler mode.
Right? Like.
Remember
Yeah, but
when
I
I
think
said that I didn't like games that force you to do things in one specific way and remove all of your agency? This is one of those games.
I think though we had a good strategy of like having someone dedicated to writing down, someone having dedicated to reading the manual, and then being able to like flip back and forth and have those references.
The winning strategy is that is proper communications with 0 assumptions.
Mm-hmm. It's easy. It's a solved problem.
This one had some new mechanics that we haven't seen before too.
The game hasn't changed. Like all of the puzzles are the same, but like we didn't get the word one before. We got the Simon one before, and we got the memory one before. There's like also a radio wave one. There's like we got the There's
Was
a
the maze
password
one? Wasn't that new?
We ran into that one before, I think.
Oh, okay.
We're just never able to figure it out, but I think we got it now. I think the other thing too is like as you become more familiar with it, like you become better at communicating the instructions after you've like gone through a couple of the puzzles a few times.
I mean, what you got to do is establish a vocabulary. We didn't have a working vocabulary for everything, and we weren't 100% on the way we were relaying instructions and for what.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Yeah, if I had to do that in real life, I'd have a bunch of dead apprentices.
Oh, yeah. I used to work with a guy who did bomb disposal, and he was unreasonably chill, and I think I know why. Because...
Just casually? Were you like in the bomb disposal's IT department? What?
No, he was ex-army.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Was a bomb disposal specialist.
So he formally did bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, he wasn't actively.
Yeah.
We're like, yes. Here we have HR. Okay, this is social. This is bomb disposal. Here's our IT group.
That's right. It's right by IT too. Yeah, it's like right next door.
They get along long as they're fed.
Well, no, they're hoping that one takes out the other, right?
I never met a bomb disposal person, but I did meet a person who, while working on an IED for reasons, it had exploded and took off all of his fingers in his right hand, which we kind of met because he saw my right hand. It's like, oh, what happened there? It's like, oh, I was born like this. Why? What happened to yours? And he said, what happened to his?
So he had a much cooler story.
Yeah, pretty odd.
Significantly, yes.
Did anybody watch the Trauma trailer?
No, I saw that. I was at the new Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
Peter Dinklage.
Watch the Red Band version of that. That's
Okay.
it's sufficiently gory. Like, oh, I'm curious, and it's done in a very RoboCop-ish new style vibe.
Oh, did I mention I watched? Speaking of like RoboCop levels of gore, I watched Shin Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every time he punches someone, they explode into guts. That's great. And it has like a very, very like chunky meat sound as he hits people too, so it's always like extra squishy. Oh, so good.
Let me see. Adiki Ano.
Yes.
Plot. Motorcyclists kidnapped
Yeah.
by the Sustainable Happiness Organization.
Yeah, with computational knowledge embedded remodeling. Yeah, shocker.
Yeah. Hideaki Anno, it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's Kamen Rider. It's just a retelling of the first season of Kamen Rider. But it was fun. I will say Kamen Rider 1 is way hotter than Kamen Rider 2, like, by a fucking country mile. It's like a major downgrade. He's like super, super attractive man going to like this dweebish looking dude, and I'm like, oh, why?
Well, you need to be able to identify with your audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time you think like, why is this useless shit in the insert TV series or movie? Like, oh, that's the audience person.
Lindsay Ellis had a great series of video essays where she was talking about how Shia LaBeouf's character from the Transformers movie is how Michael Bay views his audience, because this is what he said, because he's supposed to be your POV character. You're supposed to empathize with this person. You bunch of losers are all like this guy.
I mean, if you get to hang out with like murderous, giant, enormous robots, all right, fair trade. Let's go. Yeah, you see, here's my problem. I want a Transformers movie without humans in it.
Yes, I too would like that, as would literally everyone. But they're like, that would have to be a cartoon, and I'm like, so? Make it a fucking cartoon.
Did you see the animation I fucking posted? That dude made. What's her name? What is the female? What about?
Oh, RC?
RC?
No, I didn't. I saw the Oreos.
Yes, the bacon Oreos.
What is? How do you even spell it? I'll never be able to go back and find it. Dreams of he's this. I don't want to play the dude shit. Well, wait, no, we're still streaming. Never mind. That is fan made. Like, that dude needs to just get hired and make a new Transformer series.
Dreams of Daikon.
I just watched that.
It's a proper short.
Nah.
It's like 5 minutes long, too.
Mm-hmm.
Tells the story. It's even got Starscream in it.
Yeah. It's got Unicron.
Yeah.
It's got Grimlock at the end. Yeah. This is vibes. I like this. Yeah. So yeah. I agree. Someone needs to give this man money for a series.
Right.
I paused at the wrong time. I see a T-posing.
Well, I mean, you got to T-pose to assert dominance. Also, Transformers T-posed a lot, even in the old cartoon.
Yeah.
That That was the thing that they did. Like Optimus Prime, he's like transform, blah, and then he turns into a truck. Yeah, the
Like
T
that's
in
clearly
T-pose.
a T-pose from the side there that's just left as a T-pose.
The T is for Transformers, Pedro.
I mean,
it's a
you see,
Decepticon.
no, this is the type of shit when you talk about like using 3D for animation. 100% okay with this. This looks good. You know, you can do digital 3D animation correctly, and it doesn't look like that goddamn Batman movie that looks like a bad cutscene from Borderlands 2.
Oh, Batman Ninja? Oh,
Yes.
that one was. Oh, I tried.
I wanted to watch that so bad because of the plot, and I just couldn't get through it, man. I'm like, this thing looks so bad.
All of the
plot?
action sequences were in 3D, but they had animated bits in the middle that they went through a bunch of different animation styles.
What was it? The new. I haven't watched it, but the trailers for like Dragon Ball Super Hero
It
look
was
pretty
good.
good.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used it as a string. They used it for shit like this would have taken. Well, you see, okay, well, it depends on where you want to roll into this. Like, how deep do you want to go? Because like this would have taken a team of animators like 6 months to fucking do this shot on pen and paper, but we can do it with animation, 3D modeling. It's like think of all those jobs 3D animations cost, man.
Yeah.
We need to put protections in place.
The new Devil May Cry anime series.
I
is
don't know
also
where I'm
going to
at
be
with that. I
3D.
watched that trailer, and I mean, it looks good.
Yeah. Also, very good looking 3D, but yeah.
The first fucking episode of Castlevania didn't catch me though. Animation's top notch on that, by the way.
That has always been the case for the Castlevania shit. Like it has been gorgeous.
But
The
like,
first season was a bit but the second one was pretty good.
yeah, I think it hit differently with me because I had watched the first series, but I'd never watched the rest until like 2 months ago. But I sat down in one afternoon and just watched the whole thing. I'm like, oh, that was pretty dope, except for the last episode because way too much shit had to take place in that last episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We need Dracula back.
we need Dracula and his wife back at the same time.
You know what? Let's fight Death
You-
too.
you-
Why not? Fuck it. Let's go.
And you know what? To be fair, I fucking love that shit. I'm like, damn, this is fucked up. I'm here for it. I want some weird ass necromancy shit like this. Absolutely.
We'll see. I mean, the new series starts in like Boston during the
Boston?
Boston during the like Revolution period, and I don't know. Maybe I'll sit and watch the entire thing. Or something. I'm just saying the first episode didn't hook me, but like
It's Netflix, so they released it all at once, right? It's not.
I assume main reason I clicked on it because it wouldn't shut up about it. Because every time you fucking open Netflix is like, watch this.
Castlevania, you guys.
I'm like, just because I sit and watch the 4 series of the other one back to back, why do you think I want to watch this?
That's why.
Oh. Anything, Jill, are you looking forward to watching anything?
Just trying to think of some new shows besides the new Star Wars on Disney Plus, which I still need to watch. I've been mostly catching up on old films. Been a thing.
Honestly, I think like waiting for Ahsoka to wrap and binging it is probably the play. Week to week has been pretty rough just because of the pacing.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said, so I was gonna kind of wait. Yeah, I thought that would be a good idea.
And again, I'm spoiled because I just finished Better Call Saul, and like those guys know how to fucking pace a show.
That's a weird balance to hit, man, to keep you like on the edge, right?
Yeah, like constantly. Like where is this going? Where's Barry? If you haven't watched Barry yet, Barry is amazing for that. It has like some fucking brutal cliffhangers. And you're just like, damn, well, I guess I'm watching the next episode.
What's Barry about?
It's about an assassin who decides that he wants
right.
to try and be an
Yeah.
actor, but still be an assassin at the same time. It's very good.
Oh, did you see the trailer for the new Henry Cavill movie, spy thriller?
No.
Oh, it's on Apple.
It's probably why I haven't.
Okay.
I still need to watch the Dune movie. I've had the Dune movie on my Prime
It's good.
like to watch list for so long. It's like it did. Yeah.
It's good, but it's the first half of the book. So like,
Yes.
have you read Dune?
No. I watched the old
David Lynch movie.
Yeah.
This has got Henry Cavill and John Cena in it, and it's about a lady who writes a spy thriller, but it turns out that it was a little too close to what exactly happened, so now they're trying to find out what's up with her and take her out, and there's Henry Cavill in it.
Samuel Jackson's here too? Okay,
Yep.
all right, I'm down. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, apparently there's a ton of good shit on Apple that I have not been watching because fuck paying Apple for that.
It's on Apple, yeah.
Yeah, but like people are saying like really good shit about Ted Lasso. I didn't like Foundation season 1. I thought
I watched all of series 1.
That was kind of poo poo.
Like when it went full space Jesus, I was like, we need more battles, and it's because it's me. But yeah, I watched his like, let's walk through the fucking desert and go through all these religious tropes and shit like that. And
But like Foundation isn't about battles. It's kind of about how useless battles are and how the forces of like human interest and economics win out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just kind of like the whole point of psychohistory is like you can go with the flow.
so
and,
it's like
come out on
fantasy,
top.
yeah.
But I mean, yes, it's science fiction. But then it gets into like some weird sci-fi shit that I'm not going to get into for spoiler stuff.
All right.
But I will say, one of the characters in the later books has a gigantic ass, and Isaac Asimov wants you to know about her big sexy butt.
I want Warhammer. I want somebody to put Warhammer on the fucking screen in a way that I can digest it, and all the fans can be angry at me when I'm like, yeah, I understand Warhammer. Now I'm like, no, you don't.
I just want the Warhammer movie or whatever to just be one non-stop action scene with like barely any dialogue. Every time someone tries to say something, they get their head blown off or like devoured by a tyrannid, and the fight just continues because in the grim darkness of the 40th millennium, there is only war.
No. See, this is going to revolve around a shop owner and his family who make chainsaw swords.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a CW drama.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just have it on like the upper layers of Necromunda, for example. Just have a really fancy chainsword store.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's like Clerks, but in that universe.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not supposed to be here
Space
today.
Randall.
That's heresy. Blam, blam, blam. How dare you shirk your responsibility to the Emperor? You're getting executed.
Well, what I'm really looking forward to at the end of the year is the Doctor Who Christmas special with the Dr. Donna. I am so happy about that.
Is it just going to be David Tennant and Donna, or are they bringing Matt Smith back too?
No.
Yeah.
No,
just
Matt Smith
Tennant.
is getting that HBO money. They can't afford that.
Him and, fuck, what was her name? Red hair.
Amelia Clark? Or, Amelia Pond? Her?
Yeah, Pond.
Pond.
yeah.
Pond.
Amy Pond.
Yeah. Karen Gillian. Yeah, she's getting that Disney money.
Yeah,
So
she's got Disney money, and Matt Smith has got fucking Game of Thrones money, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're...
Yeah.
We might get Rory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Every so often we get a Captain Jack because he's a fan. But that's kind of it.
Right.
Yeah. The trailer, they just fit right back into their characters so easily.
Except they're old now.
Yeah.
They're older now. Yeah.
Okay, let's be real though. Like, David Tennant is a good actor, but he has one character.
Yeah. And that's what we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Donna looks more like Donna did, but like you look at like David Tennant was a baby when he did
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Yeah,
Dark
he
Hero.
looks so much older now. Yeah.
David Tennant's got lines on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
His cheekbones are very well defined now. The skin is just hanging off him.
That's okay. That's okay. We get him because I was like, because I quit watching the latest, like the last two series of Doctor Who. Is like, these stories, I don't know where the fuck they're going, don't care.
Yeah, they're getting
I gave
boring.
up. I think what happened is I outgrew Doctor Who. I think that's what happened. I can like enjoy it and be like, thanks for the memories. Weeping Angels, great shit. Don't blink. Bad Wolf, until they ruined it by bringing it back constantly. That was a great little narrative arc.
Yeah.
Love
The
Me
silence was okay until, yes, they started hammering people over the head with it.
No, the silence were okay until they fucking explained it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
People over the head with it, yes.
I really wish they didn't fuck up Torchwood. I like Torchwood.
I know, that was one of my favorites too, Jordan.
Torchwood wasn't going to fucking survive, though, man. Like,
Well, yeah, it's like
That
class,
last season
right?
when it was here in the U.S.
don't go
wasn't
back and
near as
rewatch
good,
like the
you
first
know?
series of Torchwood. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
by all
it's-
standards, it's fucking rough. But
Yeah,
like
but
the whole thing at the end of the
but it's
day
like-
was like, you know, when they got done with the latest run with Whitaker, I'm like, well, you know, I mean, she got hit with the same thing. What's his name before
Capaldi
her?
did.
Capaldi did. It's just like pretty shit writing, and Shenball just took it in a whole fucking like non-Doctor Who-ish thing going on. I'm like, all right, maybe the new generation, I'm not with it anymore. Turns out everyone hated it, but I was thinking, how do you get me watching Doctor Who with this new Doctor guy? Like, I don't know if I got, like, how do you get me to bite? And I'm like, oh, you bring back 10, that'll do it. All right, I'm watching those. Just, I gotta fucking
You're
see,
letting
right?
David Tennant set up the scene. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
Russell's coming back to take care of his baby a little bit.
Well, it's like how he's
Yes,
coming back to
that's
do
so
it. He's
awesome.
like, I get total, like that is his agreement with the BBC. 100% my production studio. I have final say in this, and then I'll
Yeah.
fucking come back and try to save this shit that you almost.
That you Titanic.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
And I
Well,
get where
yeah,
he's
well-
coming from. He's like, the fuck did you do, man? Like, I brought this
yeah.
back from, you know, because I grew up, I didn't have a doctor in the fucking 80s and 90s, dude. We had that one movie that came out.
You had Paul McGann,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
who they brought
yeah.
back for that short that was fucking great.
That
by
made
the
him
way.
canon. Oh, that
Yeah.
upset people.
Oh, yeah.
That upset, but I fucking love that shit. That was so good, right?
Yeah,
like,
I want it to hurt.
Yeah.
We could do something like that. Maybe I'm feeling like it wouldn't be a bad time to try to do something with Battlestar Galactica, but they'll just try to reboot it again.
They keep saying that's the thing. I don't want a Stargate reboot. I just want to like see where they're at in like 20 years, right? Like,
Right.
I kind of just
Yeah,
want to
you
like
want
see
the
how,
sequel, not the, not a rehashing.
well, because like the whole thing about Stargate was like the sort of march forward, right? Like you started
Yeah.
off where they were just going through the Stargate, and at the very end they had like the cool badass ships, and then at the very very end they had Atlantis come to Earth, and it's like, okay, well, like what you're doing is you're setting up a sci-fi story,
Yeah, but,
right?
but
Like,
we're running into the risk of like turning it into a JRPG where you have to fight God at the end because
yeah,
humanity's kind of OP right now in that universe.
a little bit, yeah. After they got all the Asgard tech and the
The
ancient
Atlanta,
tech,
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
they're
don't nobody want to fuck with them. Like,
yeah.
and I don't know, maybe they go to like dystopian thing where we're just like, we've colonized everything.
Or like, you know what would be neat is like if you want to do like a time war thing where it's like, yeah, a bunch of Goa'uld. Well, I guess they did that with like the movie, but like you could like, I don't know, try to do that better. Where like time travel exists in Stargate and people know how to do it. And like a ball clone gets loose and tries to like, well, that is the plot of Stargate Continuum. Fuck. All right, never mind.
So do you know what they're getting ready to do with the next Star Trek movie, Joe?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can be smart. Do you know what they're getting ready to do with the next Star Trek movie? Paramount. Like, as soon as the strike ends, we're going to get to work on the new Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
Is Tarantino actually going to do it?
No, I want to see if anybody has any guesses as to what they're going to get to work on.
Deep Space 10.
No?
The last thing I read about was doing the whole Starfleet thing when they're younger.
Starfleet Academy, I think, was the one. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting movie.
I think they're doing
it would
that.
be
They're
too,
planning a
actually.
show for Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Well, they've been threatening to do that for 20 years too. Though.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
with the medical ship one, which is the one I actually kind of want to see, like an ER in space.
Well, we don't have to worry about any of that because Paramount has like, yo, we got this new Star Trek movie idea. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can just post it right here in Discord. Check out this new. They're just gonna fucking reboot it again.
Another reboot.
Oh, I haven't heard about that. No.
Just a reboot. I know. I was looking forward to more Enterprise dirt bikes.
That one was good.
Yeah.
I liked Into Darkness. That was a solid ass
too.
movie.
Yeah.
Was it Into Darkness, the one with the dirt bikes?
Or sorry, no, Into Darkness was the fake con one. Never mind. No, it
The
was
con,
Beyond.
yeah.
Beyond. That was
Beyond is where they had they found like the old ship, right? And
Yeah, and that was the one with the dirt bikes. Yeah,
Yeah.
And they hijacked the old Enterprise class ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was sabotage actually.
or whatever.
But no, that one was solid. I quite enjoyed that one. The first one wasn't bad either. The first one was okay. The second one was like dog shit, and then they pulled it up with the third one.
I think they're
But
doing good with them. Like, there's a lot of like Trek franchises like Lower Decks. A lot of people like
Yep.
that. And Strange New Worlds.
Yep, Strange New Worlds. That
Strange New
one has
Worlds
been
is
very
great.
good.
Yeah.
Discovery is ending. Supposedly that it's being replaced with the Starfleet Academy spinoff from it because they had one of their characters become a teacher and like leave the show. So maybe that's the out. There's the Philippa Giorgio Section 31 thing that they've been. I don't think they can afford. I don't think they can afford her anymore. Michelle Yeoh. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was like she was great in Discovery. Like she was just
Yes.
vamping it up, chewing the scenery. Oh yeah.
It's having the emperor of the evil dimension just be a character is like, yes.
Yeah, she's like a literal mustache twirling villain, and it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you see, that was my biggest problem. She didn't have a goatee.
right. Yeah, well, I mean that's what she shaved downstairs as. That's the goatee.
It's like, how can you tell Mary? I just think that should be canon. Like, everyone has to have a goatee,
Yeah.
period. Don't care.
They do that with Spock's dad in Discovery, where he shows up with the beard and it's like, see what you did there.
See, like the whole, like I would do one on like, see, like that would be an interesting series. Like even with Discovery, like with her like growing up on Vulcan, like I would have watched more of that.
I like the one DS9 where Rom goes to the mirror universe and he's like, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't opposite. It's just different. Like, if it was opposite, wouldn't it mean that, like, I'd be a woman or not born? Or it doesn't make any sense. For the entire fucking episode, it's just like...
You see, I wouldn't mind, we missed the opportunity to have like Captain Nog.
Yeah, unfortunate.
That would be awesome.
That was like one of the best fucking scenes, in DS9 with like Nog going fucking ham. He's like, tear that goddamn ship apart. I don't fucking care. Let's do this.
Yep. There was a cool bit in the books where like Nog and Scotty teamed up, and they got like their own ship
Drunk?
of like engineers.
Yeah,
They're,
that
like,
was really good.
The
read
Starfleet
quite a
Corps of
bit of
Engineers
that.
series.
Yeah,
That one was kind of neat. But like, yeah, like they had a lot of shit they could have spin off of DS9 too, because you could get like Captain Dax as well, like keep following her. I mean, we're not getting a Worf show. That's just not happening. We tried.
Yeah.
We tried.
Michael
It's
Dorn
not-
just pissed somebody off at,
Yeah, there's someone at
Paramount.
Paramount just does not like Michael Dorn,
Yeah.
like, because like that would get butts in seats, absolutely.
no word.
Absolutely.
Except
yeah.
now we have alternate history Klingons.
So I like how they're doing it in Strange New Worlds, where it's like all of
Really
them at
bald
once.
Klingons.
Where like sometimes they do have Discovery Klingons, and sometimes they have like TNG Klingons, and sometimes
Yeah,
they have more
yeah.
TOS Klingons. And I like the idea of like there being more of like a broad ethnic base for Klingons, because like I
They
don't
did,
like the
but
whole.
DS9 spent time like trying to explain like what the writers.
They spent one joke episode doing it.
You call that a joke episode?
Trouble with
In the
Tribbles?
bar.
Yeah.
That was a masterpiece. How dare you?
That was a masterpiece of a joke episode.
No, I'm talking about the
amazing.
one where Cisco's with the scientists on Kronos, and they're doing. Oh no, it was an Enterprise episode. I'm sorry,
Enterprise, yeah.
Yeah, Enterprise. Now I remember. Yeah.
where Scott Bakula, it was like the viral whatever.
Yeah. The
Caused the
augmented
ridges.
thing.
Explaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like
They tried to scientifically explain it
So-
instead of saying, "Oh, it was budget."
Sure, but like it doesn't have to be every Klingon that's affected by that. The Star Trek RPG has a thing where like that is canon, but like they are a
Yeah.
minority within Klingon societies, and like
That's
the
true,
reason
yeah.
that we see them exclusively in TOS is because they were the guys given the shit work of fighting the Federation, while the ridge-headed Klingons didn't. I guess that was the explanation that my leather-bound Klingon manual has.
yeah.
And that's an officially licensed Star Trek
Well, I mean,
thing,
like
guess.
looking for continuity in Star Trek. I mean, it's
Yeah,
hit or
no,
miss, man. I mean,
Oh yeah, like, it's a fucking made-up TV show, right? Like, it
it's
was
not the
sci-fi
bastion
vision-
of continuity that is Doctor Who.
Yes, absolutely.
How many times have
So-
they retconned Daleks?
So
Just
yeah,
because
for
you
me,
don't like Skittles.
it's been really sucky because we haven't had the Star Trek conventions, and so I haven't been getting all like the inside scoops on stuff. It's just been. Urgh. So we're supposed to have one next year. So I'm so happy that we had a small one, and I had gotten sick, so I watched it. They streamed. They let me watch it on the stream. And but they weren't allowed to give out any information because of the writer's strike. So
Well,
it was
you know what? It's
just
over.
a-
They won.
So there was like
Congrats to writers.
the first convention back from the pandemic, and they couldn't say anything. It was horrible.
Yeah. But the writers won though, so next convention. we get all
Yeah.
the
Thank
deets.
goodness. Thank goodness. They deserved it. It was just
Does
so
it apply
ancient.
retroactively, or is it just from now on?
I think it's from now on. I don't think
Now
they can
on,
get
yeah.
retroactively.
Yeah.
They've reached a tentative agreement.
Yes.
And by next year we should have the actors back again too.
Yeah, it was the Screen Actors Guild as well. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful people. We're about to call it a night. So, go install some Linux, uninstall some Windows, maybe run a copy of Haiku if you're feeling feisty.
Run Haiku. If you have an old netbook, seriously, run Haiku on it.
Put it on your
Yeah.
Pinebook Pro.
Install it on your refrigerator.
Yes.
If you have an x86 refrigerator, go ahead.
I have a smart fridge, yeah.
Or a PPC refrigerator. Yeah,
Oh man, it's
that's-
Pentium Pro, man. You open up the door, take off the back panel. It's just
I'm
like
so
an
sorry,
motherboard.
sorry, bro. All I
Secret
have is
socket
titanium
8.
in my fridge.
All right, Twitch. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anyway.